Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, how you folks doing? Welcome here. Welcome to another edition of Monday Night Raw. I'm your host, Conman167. It's great to have you guys tuning in for the show here today. We are on the heels of Money in the Bank. Last night featured probably one of the most entertaining matches of all time. And I'm not just saying that. I truly believe that last night's episode of Money in the Bank will go down in history as being one of the more entertaining editions of that show. They certainly found a way to make it unique. They brought us something brand new that we really hadn't seen before. A concept where both the superstars were, both the male and female superstars were trying to fight their way to the top at the same time. You know, it was a really, really, really unique main event. I thought it was really well done. I thought the Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre match was incredible. I thought Braun Strowman versus Bray Wyatt delivered a lot more than what I was expecting. The Fatal 4-Way Tag Team match was incredible as well. Overall, a very, very solid edition of Money in the Bank. The Tamina-Bayley match was okay. It was better than what I thought it was going to be. It was not a bad match by any measuring stick. You know, it just was not a bad match, but it also wasn't a fantastic match. But ladies and gentlemen, let's get right into this thing, because now it's time for the Conman Certified Roll Call. So who do we got in here today? We got Raul Kapar, how you doing? We got Shane the Gamer. We got Deathstroke Rodriguez, welcome to the stream. We got Sapper499, how you doing? We got ourselves Sad Verk up in here. Josh Disick, welcome to the live stream. We got Anna Tag up in here. How you doing, Anna? We got Weasel, Waleed Hijaz, welcome to the stream. We got Justin Beverly, Rebecca Helfrich, how you doing there, girl? Hopefully you're doing well. We got Dominic Chase McKenzie, welcome Dominic Chase McKenzie. We got ourselves Taco Swell Taco, love that name, always will. Xavier, how you doing, my friend? We got ourselves Kelvin Jackson. It's been a decent amount of time since I've seen you. There's your little shout out, my friend. Hopefully you're doing well. We got Mr. Tournicane, how you doing? Christian Vega, Thad Raspberry, welcome Thad. We got Zahid Jamaladin, welcome Jamaladin. We got Strong Woods, cool name, I like that. Steven Jackson, how you doing, my friend? Welcome to the stream. Tony Stark, Raul Kapar. We've got ourselves also the Convict Peyton Cash, how you doing? Michael's Gameplays, Aaron the Joker, Ryan Vu, and Jordan Anderson is going to get the final Con Man Certified shout out. I'm going to have a little sip of this Monster Energy drink. I needed to put some ice in it, that's why it's in a cup here. Still not cold. Should have put 2 cubes of ice, Connor, you idiot. Okay, but tonight, Monday Night Raw. It should be a good show, but there's a few things that we really have to talk about here before this show gets underway. Also, I'm just noticing that the results tab is not up to date with today's show. So, today, the biggest thing that I think we have to talk about is there is a massive Becky Lynch announcement coming. So, everybody, Becky Lynch is set to make a big old announcement here today. Now, the internet has been running wild with rumors today. Lots of people seemingly pointing to the fact that they think Becky Lynch is pregnant. That's why she has not been on WWE TV over the last little bit. And that she wasn't taking bumps. She wasn't at Money in the Bank, you know, because she's pregnant. That's what some people are saying. I don't know. I'm really hoping that this is like, you know, I mean, let's put it this way. If Becky Lynch is pregnant, then you know what? Congratulations to Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins. If that is the case, amazing, you know. But I'm not too sure. I have a feeling there's going to be something storyline-wise that comes out of this. That's all I'm guessing. But again, it would make sense. You know, the reason why she has not been wrestling, that would make a lot of sense. And if that is the case, all of a sudden then the women's division becomes really intriguing, because then you ask, okay, who's going to be the next champion to replace Becky Lynch? Do they go with Asuka? Do they go with Shayna Baszler? Do they go in a different direction? You know, certainly some interesting ideas right there. So yeah, Becky Lynch's announcement here tonight is going to be interesting. Also tonight we are seeing the return of Edge and Randy Orton. Apparently tonight Edge is on the hunt for Randy Orton. Outside of ratings, I don't know exactly why this feud is continuing, to be 100% honest. I thought their 28-plus minute last man standing match at WrestleMania seem to be the final bit of this feud, but apparently it's not over. So it is what it is. We'll see how it all unfolds here tonight. It could be the next part of the next feud, you know what I mean? They could have Edge going after Randy Orton, and then maybe Seth Rollins attacks Edge. You know what I mean? Like, they might do something like that to progress into the next feud. So I'm not turning my nose up at it here tonight. I will see what is about to happen, and hopefully you guys will as well. Also here tonight, Becky Lynch is supposed to confront the Women's Money in the Bank contract holder, Asuka, so I don't know if that is going to be combined with her big announcement, whatever that may be. And then the final one that we've got here tonight is how will the Street Profits and the Viking Raiders rivalry evolve? So when I was talking to the botch guy there on our prediction show, we've talked very briefly about this match, Viking Raiders versus Street Profits, that it was supposed to go down. He said it was announced for Money in the Bank, and botch guy buddy, I love you, but I wasn't so sure about that one, and if my memory serves me correctly, we didn't see that match last night. Again, I don't know, maybe my memory is just completely blanking it and I'm sounding like an idiot right now, but I don't believe we saw that match last night, did we? Just give me a yeah or no if we did. But yeah, I'm excited to see what's going to happen here tonight. And don't worry about that Peyton Cash, dude. If you're getting a little upset at people potentially spoiling the surprise here tonight, there is absolutely no way it's spoiled, okay? The best case scenario is that people are making a very educated guess. That's all. People don't have a damn clue. It's not a spoiler right now. People are just speculating. That's all it is. I don't know, though, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what Becky Lynch's announcement is going to be. I want to hear from you guys, though, in the live chat. What do you think Becky Lynch's announcement is going to be here tonight? Wrestling Stop Motion says, hi, it's my first time watching your stream. Well, welcome, Wrestling Stop Motions. Welcome to the stream, my friend. And no, BMW, I didn't get around to watching it last night. I was gonna, but then I ended up actually rewatching the Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre match, and I ended up rewatching the Climb the Corporate Ladder Money in the Bank ladder match last night instead of watching the Undertaker's documentary. So yeah, I didn't get around to it, unfortunately, but I want to watch it. That's probably going to be a tonight thing after Monday Night Raw, knowing me. Lots of people saying preggers. What about this, though? What if all of a sudden Becky Lynch's Raw Women's Championship reign becomes very interesting and she embraces the vision of the Monday Night Messiah, Seth Rollins? Think about that, though. What if Becky Lynch all of a sudden turns a little bit darker, all of a sudden embraces the vision? Maybe that's a story they're going to venture into. Vault AOI, thank you very much, my friend, for subscribing to the channel. It's honestly great to have you here, as well as each and every one of you. Remember to smack that like button if you guys are excited for this show here tonight. And here we go. Wow, okay, Matthew Merkel, I'm sorry that my comment right there of her potentially doing it, just pure speculation and having fun with it. I'm sorry that it offended you to the point that you needed to call me a dumbass. Personally, it's just me having fun with it and making random guesses about wrestling. I don't think it required that type of language right there and that type of insult towards somebody. But if you felt the need to project that towards somebody, hey-o, you do you. Welcome to the stream, my friend. Hopefully you enjoyed your stay. Tonight, we are getting Edge and Randy Orton potentially on a collision course. Not entirely sure what that means, but tonight also Rey Mysterio and Aleister Black. Okay, so they landed, ladies and gentlemen, they just told us right there, they landed on a secondary roof and they're cleared for action tonight. Yo, I like that. I like that. That's nice. That's nice. That is a fine little tidbit of information. They literally just told us right there. It wasn't thrown off the roof. It was just off the side, off a secondary roof. They landed just over there. They're fine. They're cleared for action. Boom, we're fine. But hey-o, we are starting things off. Wait, what? Why does Becky have the Money in the Bank contract? Wait a second. Do you think Asuka cashed in for tonight? Do you think Asuka cashed in tonight, ladies and gentlemen? Did Asuka cash in? Oh, are we getting Asuka versus Becky tonight? Literally, is that going to be it? Okay. Okay, so Becky has arrived. She doesn't have a big old smile on her face or anything like that. She's got no women's championship by her side, but she does have the Money in the Bank contract. Ooh, I don't know what is going on here, ladies and gentlemen, but we're going to pass it over to the man, Becky Lynch, in just a few seconds here.
Tonight is no ordinary night for me.
Oh.
I'm torn between joy and sadness because I'm at a place in my life where things are about to change and I needed to do something about it. So I asked the decision makers to raise the stakes for the Money in the Bank ladder match and they did just that.
Huh?
But before I get to that, I walked in through these very doors in 2013 and I didn't know anybody in this country and I didn't know if I was good enough to be here.
Oh, Becky.
And,
oh, no. Are you okay?
And I didn't know if anybody would care about a loudmouthed Irish woman who loved puns and toast. But somewhere along the line, I learned that they did care, and they cared so much that they put me on their shoulders and they carried me into history, and I will never forget that. Through injury and triumph, it was the fans who stood up for me, who had my back. Mm-hmm. And it was the fans who I grabbed onto when I didn't have anybody else. And that is why it is the fans, it is you at home, that deserve to hear this from me first. That I have to go away for a while.
Oh, okay. Okay. Why? Why? Okay, here comes Asuka, but wait a second. Why does she have to go away? Hang on. Why is she going away, ladies and gentlemen? Asuka coming to the ring here for a second. Why? Okay, she seems really sad, though. If you were pregnant, you would be very happy, I'm pretty sure. I know she's probably scared, but let's get back to this. I don't know what's going on.
That is yours. You're right. Asuka, you have beaten me when nobody else could. You have been the best wrestler in the world for a long time, and this is why I am so glad that this is happening to you. Because the match last night, it wasn't what you thought it was.
Oh.
It wasn't for an opportunity to win the championship.
Oh my God, Asuka's the new champion.
It was for so much more. And I know
the championship's going to be inside the briefcase.
Because there's a combination.
The championship's going to be inside the briefcase. Ladies and gentlemen, I think Asuka's the new champion. Oh my God.
The match last night was actually for the Raw Women's Championship.
What? Asuka's the new women's champion.
No, I can't fight anymore, but you can. You are the champion.
I'm the champion?
You are the champion.
I'm the champion!
You are the champion.
Yeah, I'm the champion! Yeah!
Congratulations, Asuka, but hang on. Asuka, okay. All right, Asuka. Okay, back to being serious here. Becky, I hope she's okay. Like, I hope she's excited about the future here. Yeah, she's sad that she's losing the championship, but I need to know why she's leaving. Okay, so Becky Lynch relinquishing the women's championship here in last night's Money in the Bank contract match was actually for the Raw Women's Championship. Yo, Asuka's a Grand Slam champion. You're absolutely right there. Who was that said that? Right? Yeah, Raw Women's Champion, Tag Team Champion, SmackDown Women's Champion, NXT Champion. Yeah, there she goes. She's a Grand Slam champion, folks.
You are the champion. Now, and as happy as you are to be the champion, I might be a little bit happier. So you
Okay,
go
there it is.
and be a warrior, because I'm going to go be a mother.
Wow, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Becky Lynch is gonna be a mother. Sethy Poo did it! Sethy Poo did it! Congratulations, Becky and Seth. That is amazing. Becky, 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 Becky. Wow, ladies and gentlemen, one day after Mother's Day, Becky Lynch revealing to the world that she is going to be a mother. Now, I hope it was the Monday Night Messiah who created a little Sethy Poo, you know what I mean? Hope it's not some other controversy. Anyways, congratulations, Becky. That is amazing. That's amazing. Seriously, very happy for Becky Lynch. However, as a wrestling fan, I'm going to be sad that we're not seeing Becky Lynch on top for a while. I am going to be sad. Her women's championship run was really good. It was groundbreaking. The rise of the man. And you know what? When she comes back, folks, the reception for Becky Lynch is going to be out of this world. I can't wait to see what her future holds. But first and foremost, Becky Lynch is going to become a mother. Congratulations to Becky, but now switching back over to the new Raw Women's Champion. Ladies and gentlemen, Asuka, the Empress of Tomorrow, is the champion of today. Wow, so everything has kind of changed, and that is going to lead into an Asuka versus Shayna feud. Absolutely it is. Wow, amazing stuff here to start off the show. Congratulations, Becky Lynch. Oh, man. Becky and Seth made a lil Messiah. Congratulations.
Sparkling water at home. Make a difference.
All right, everybody. Head on over to twitter.com/Conman167. Just favorite and retweet my latest tweet. We are wishing Becky Lynch and Sethy Poo a little bit of a congratulations, saying that Becky and Seth made a little Messiah. Oh, that's pretty friggin' awesome there, folks. But yeah, congrats, Becky. So that's the news there, ladies and gentlemen. Becky Lynch is pregnant. She is going to be taking some time off for the next little bit. Obviously, and that explains why, you know, she wasn't wrestling, why she wasn't on the Money in the Bank card. Awesome stuff, folks. Awesome stuff. So happy for those two. Becky and Seth made a little Messiah. Congratulations. Oh, yeah. So, we do have ourselves a few little donos to get around to, so let's get to those right here. Paul Carpenter starting us off here with a $2 dono. How you doing, my friend? He says Seth is going to be a mom. All right. Seth is going to be a mom, according to Paul Carpenter. I think he's going to be a dad, but hey-o. Anthony Carter, thank you, my friend, for your subscription right there. But Paul Carpenter, those two bombs. Thank you, buddy. Batstar follows it up right here, saying, Batman Boss is back. Kane voice. Congrats, Asuka. Well, welcome back, Batstar. I appreciate your support, my friend. Welcome back here, buddy. And let's roll that $3 dono.
Here comes the money.
Here we go, money talks. Here comes the money. Dollar, dollar, dollar. So, also, ladies and gentlemen, what do you guys think? Do you like the idea of do you like the idea of Asuka just being awarded the championship for the Money in the Bank contract? Like, personally, I think that's a kind of cool swerve right there. Nobody really saw it happening. Daniel Dennis says they didn't have a baby. It's a it's a storyline. Becky going to turn heel. I mean, if we believe that, you know, that says something. We'll see if that happens. If that's WWE's writing, they're kind of shitty writers to do that, to play with people's emotions like that. Anyways, though, Paul Carpenter, how you doing, my friend? Dropping 5. Actually, Zach Hapgood, dude, did I roll your dono? I did. He says that's probably why Seth and Drew shook hands. Maybe. Might be. Might very well be. Paul Carpenter then dropping $5 after that. He says, remember a couple years ago, The Rock said it's baby making mania. You're right, it is baby making mania.
Remember a couple years ago, The Rock said it's baby making mania.
Josh Disick, how you doing, my friend? He says, just want to support the channel. Keep rocking, Connie Poo. Thanks, Josh Disick. I appreciate the support there, my friend. Thank you for that $5 bomb right there. So, yeah, big news, ladies and gentlemen. Becky Lynch, no longer the Raw Women's Champion. She is going away for a little bit.
Keep rocking, Connie Poo. Smiley face.
She's going away for a little bit because she is going to become a mother. She is preggers. Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins created a little messiah. So congratulations to the two of them. I want to hear from Sethy Poo at some point during the night. Hopefully he mentions it, and hopefully it's his. You know what I mean? Hopefully it's his. Hey, Veryl Q, how you doing? Or Veryl Omega? I think it's Omega. We're just going to call you Veryl. Thank you so much, my friend, for becoming a supporter. Becky Lynch relinquishes the WWE Women's Championship to Asuka. All right. Becky is pregnant. There we go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to sing a little cringe song right now. So if you don't know it, you might know it. I don't know what it's going to be. Anyways, here we go. Let's sing this song. Sweet knees are made of these. Who am I to disagree? Here's Becky.
One parent to a future parent. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you, Ray.
Best feeling in the world.
Oh, thank you.
Congrats. Aw, Ray hugging Becky.
Oh, Becky, congrats, man.
Street Profits. Oh, Bianca Belair. Ricochet, Richard O'Shea, and who's that? That's Lil Liv. Lil Liv, congratulate. Oh, Cedric Alexander, our Trizzle. Come on, we need Seth in here. Where's Seth? Bring Seth in here. Where's Seth?
That means you're ready. You're ready.
Aww. No Sethy Poo. I really do hope at some point tonight there is something between Seth and Becky. I just hope that there is something like that. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we've still got ourselves a few donos to get to, but we will get to them in just a second. The big old Bobby Lashley is coming on down to the ring. He seems like he is being built up again here. They've been teasing a split between him and Lana, but Lashley has been on a little bit of a roll, gets refocused ever since dropping her from ringside, and destroyed Titus O'Neil there a little bit ago. Then he destroyed Tazawa there last Monday. He's been on a roll. He destroyed, who was it? R-Truth this past, last night at Money in the Bank as well. He destroyed it in the gauntlet match, right? Taking out Tazawa, like I previously mentioned. Humberto Carrillo. Somebody else was in there as well. Yeah, before he got disqualified. That's right. That's what happened last week. But then he delivered that spear to Carrillo, and I wonder if we're going to see a match between Lashley and Carrillo here tonight.
We know Lashley's been very frustrated over the last few months here in WWE, and well, that frustration for him.
Hey, Kimmy. How you doing there, friend? Welcome to the stream. It's great to have you. It's great to have you. So, let's get to these donos right here. Yeah, so Carrillo versus Lashley. I'm good with that one. Humberto Carrillo versus Lashley. Oh, no disqualification match, too. That makes sense compared to last week. Working off the story. Hey, stories have been good, guys. I got to give credit where credit is due. The stories have been good. So, who will win? So, no DQ match here tonight between Humberto Carrillo and Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley. All right, guys. Con, getting a new laptop, want to keep my status as mod. Will let you know. Obviously, Harold Garner, you are more than welcome to keep your status as moderator there, buddy. Don't worry about it at all. You're a moderator there, my friend. Oh, what a slap to the face of Carrillo. But you can now head on over there to twitter.com/Conman167 and let me know who you guys think is going to win this one between Humberto or Bobby Lashley. Robert Lashley. So, Sawyer Jenkins, how you doing, my friend? He says, little Sethy Poo has been birthed. It's me, Rollins. It's me, Rollins. It's been me all along, Rollins. Sawyer Jenkins, that's funny there, my friend. Thanks for the $5 support. I appreciate it. Uh-oh. Lashley looks like he's a little pissed off after that one. And Carrillo doesn't want to be there. Oh, my God, what a slam. And Carrillo just gets driven down. Look at the anger in Bobby Lashley's eyes. And now he wants the spear.
Has been birthed. It's me, Rollins. It's me, Rollins. It's been me all
Oh, Lashley goes for the spear, but Carrillo moves out of the way. Carrillo now all the way off the ropes. He's going to fly, but he runs into a right hand from Bobby Lashley. Batstar, how you doing, my friend? He says his name is Conman, and he is a certified G and a bona fide YouTuber, and you can't teach that. Bada boom. Best YouTuber in the room. How you doing? Thank you, dude, for that $20 dono right there. That is glorious for sure, but we're going to roll that in a second because what we need to do is we need to update our Boss Battle Championship because, unfortunately for Dante, he got dethroned, I'm pretty sure, by Paul Carpenter. Yes, he did. And with that, Paul Carpenter has become the new boss and becoming a two-time Boss Battle Champion. Awesome, dude. But Batstar follows it up, and that is... glorious. No, I won't give in. I won't give in until I'm victorious. And I will defend. I will defend.
His name is Conman, and he is a certified G and a bona fide YouTuber, and you can't teach. That bada boom, best YouTuber in the room. How you doing?
That bona fide YouTuber. I love it. And you can't teach that. No, you cannot, my friend. Awesome stuff. I'm seeing lots of support here today. Thank you very, very much, everybody. We'll get back to all those donos in just a sec right there. Straight Slade, thanks for becoming a part of the Main Eventer Club once again, buddy. But Money in the Bank last night. I just need to hear from you guys one simple thing. Thumbs up or thumbs down for the pay-per-view last night. Let me know in the live chat. I guess the chat's over there. Let me know in the live chat over there. Continuing on with the donos here, Jordy Griffin, how you doing, my friend? He says, Shayna Baszler, oh, there's the song. I thought it was running a little bit late. Oh, get it. What? Ready for cringe. Yeah, we're gonna get cringe. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Sweet knees are made of these. Who am I to disagree? Woo! There we go. Thank you, Straight Slade, for coming back to the Main Eventer Club. Love it. So Jordy Griffin, right back to you here once again. He says Shayna Baszler wouldn't have won the Money in the Bank last night and handed the Raw Women's Championship right then. Shayna Baszler wouldn't have won the Money in the Bank last night and handed the Raw Women's Championship right then. Jordy Griffin, unfortunately, I don't quite understand what it is that you are saying with that comment there, buddy. I think you are saying... I honestly, no, I don't have a clue what you're saying. Thank you for the $5 dono.
Shayna Baszler wouldn't have won the MITB last night and handed the Raw Women's Championship right then.
Yeah, I can't tell if you just accidentally said Shayna Baszler instead of Asuka because Shayna didn't win the Money in the Bank last night? I'm sorry, Jordy Griffin. I can't answer your question. I don't really know what it was that it was asked. Leanne Phelps, how you doing, my friend? She says, oh my God, I am so happy for them. I cried of joy. I just can't wait till Renee Young and Jon Moxley have a kid. That'll be so awesome. Well, we'll see if they ever do have kids, right? Not everybody does. But Leanne, thank you so much for the $5 dono. I do appreciate that support.
OMG, I am so happy for them. I cried in joy, smile with a halo. I just can't wait till Renee Young and Jon Moxley has a kid. That'd be so awesome. Smile with a halo.
Mm-hmm. And also, I want to hear from you guys. What was your favorite moment of the night from last night's Money in the Bank? Because I have one, and it's nothing like... It's probably not what you guys are expecting. My favorite moment had absolutely nothing to do with Otis winning the Money in the Bank, had nothing to do with Asuka winning the Money in the Bank, had nothing to do with Aleister Black and Rey Mysterio being tossed off the side, had nothing to do with Seth Rollins versus Drew McIntyre, had nothing to do with Braun Strowman versus Bray Wyatt. My favorite moment of the night was Vince McMahon in his office. The official reveal that there is a T-Rex skull in his office, and then the way that he used the hand sanitizer just so aggressively, like, and the way that he rubbed his hands, that couldn't have been a more perfect Vince McMahon moment. It was so freaking funny. And then just the way that Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles are kind of like at each other and be like, no, you told me to put the chairs back. Oh yeah, that's right. That little bit of a pause, and then right back into the fighting. My favorite moment of the night, hands down. It was so funny. I loved it, loved it, loved it. I honestly, the second time watching the Money in the Bank ladder match back through was even more entertaining than the first time. It really was. Knowing what was around the corner, knowing that Rey Mysterio and Brother Love were going to have kind of like a little exchange, that was so much fun. Seeing Doink the Clown. You know, there was so many little details that were so fun watching it through a second time. Oh, Carrillo caught by Lashley, though, and all the way up. Carrillo's in a little bit of trouble. Look at the strength from the big bad Bobby Lashley. And... Boo! Okay, I know they said they killed Aleister Black and Rey Mysterio last night by throwing him off the building, but oh my God, Bobby Lashley literally just killed Humberto Carrillo there as he rammed his head into the side of that steel. Yikes, man, that looked like that hurt. That looked like that really hurt. And now Lashley just dragging his elbow across the face of the pretty boy. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's get back here to the donos that we have yet to truly get around to. Also, it looks like we had ourselves a new boss in the form of Leanne Phelps right there. So, Leanne, congratulations on becoming the new boss. I don't know exactly how that happened. I thought Batstar had the Boss Battle Championship one, but we'll check that out there again. Okay, Batstar follows things up with a $10. Thank you, buddy. He says, I'm here to be a donator now. Sorry I couldn't spell bona fide. No worries there, my friend. It's great to hear that you are willing to support this channel, but remember, make sure you look after yourself as well. That's the first and foremost thing here that I tell all the donators. Make sure that you guys are looking after yourself. But a full Nelson lock here in the center of the ring. And Carrillo is forced to tap out. Very interesting that Bobby Lashley is going to use the full Nelson lock, otherwise known as a master lock. There you go. The Real Craze says, do I look at chat? Yes, I do, my friend. I try to look at it as often as I possibly can. And interact with it and talk to my fans, you know what I mean? On your knees, dog. Yeah. All hail. And bow down to the... Zach Hapgood, you're right. Wow.
I'm here to be top donator now. Sorry, I couldn't spell bona fide. Haha.
No, Wolfpack, I don't plan to go back to Twitch anytime soon. No, I do not. Yeah, that's a really good point there, Zach Hapgood. I almost mispronounced your name badly there. Bobby Lashley was the man who broke the Master Lock. That's a really kind of neat little detail to his character. He was the man who broke the Master Lock in his first run right there. I didn't miss it there, Seth. We're getting around to it. Just one sec, okay, my friend? Thanks for the support. Shoot, this is why I don't like pulling away from what I'm saying. I forget what I'm talking about. He broke the Master Lock, and now he's incorporating it as his finishing move. That's pretty neat. That's decent storytelling. Here's the Street Profits earlier today.
Yo.
The Viking Raiders. Have been on our Twitter feed all weekend, bro. Like, they ain't got nothing else to do.
Yeah, fam. They out here saying anything we can do, they can do better. Man, please. Please.
Is that right?
Come on, man.
Is that right?
Lying to they
Today
self.
must be their lucky day because they get a chance to prove in their little 202 game of
Basketball, yeah.
Just like the last dance, we about to go Jordan and Pippen on.
More like LeBron and AD on them boys.
Let's not start a Jordan and LeBron debate right now. Right.
Look, fam. All that matters is it's about to be lit.
Right.
No. It's about to be on fire.
Right.
Fam, we about to get our NBA jam on, dog. Boom, shakalaka.
Yeah. No, fam, because the Street Profits are up.
And we want the smoke.
Cool. Viking Raiders.
Why would the Profits challenge us in a stupid basketball? You're the one who said anything they can do, we can do better. I know that, but they didn't pick anything cool. Like sword fighting, or axe throwing, or people tossing. Would it help if we sang some karaoke?
No.
Look, we got this. All we have to do is be physical, just like we are in the ring. Yeah, but I heard we have to be careful of fouls. What's a foul?
Oh, I can't believe this is what we're about to see. Oh my god, I can't believe we're about...
Tonight, the Street Profits and the Viking Raiders. I can't wait for tip-off.
Yes! Yes, more of this. More of this garbage. I love this type of garbage. I love it when wrestling doesn't take itself seriously. Oh, this is great. I hope this is a new direction for WWE, not taking themselves as seriously. Stupid shit like that. Just looking at Hanson, or... Oh my god, I called him Hanson. What's his name again? Viking Raiders. Ivar. Just poking the ball, wondering what the hell is a basketball? That's funny. That's funny. That's good fun. That's not stuff that makes the Viking Raiders look weak, because it's not a wrestling match. Who gives two craps? It just adds depth to their characters. It's something that works with the Street Profits, and it's something that is going to be hilarious to watch. It might be only entertaining for one time, one viewing, but that's all that matters, that it's going to entertain us here tonight. I'm looking forward to it. Let's get back here to the donos. Thank you, everybody, for all of your support. First up, here, we got ourselves a $5 dono from Seth Amphetamines. He says, Asuka is the only woman to win the NXT title, the SmackDown title, Raw title, Women's Tag titles, Money in the Bank, and Royal Rumble. Dude, that's insane. You're absolutely right. That's insane.
Asuka is the only woman to win NXT title, SD title, Raw title, Women's Tag titles, MITB, and a Royal Rumble.
Yeah. Luis Batista says, then now you wonder why the ratings of this shit show are sinking every week as they deserve to. I mean, let's just go ahead and say it right here. The reason that the ratings are sinking right now is because wrestling isn't a reaction business, and it relies on the live fans for those reactions to happen. So there's a reason why wrestling is not super popular right now. But I'm not going to go ahead and attribute the fact that people aren't watching the show is because the Viking Raiders and Street Profits are going to play a little bit of basketball. No, I don't think that's the reason why the ratings are going down. It's absolutely everything to do with the fact that people are just not interested in watching wrestling right now. Wrestling fans shit on their own product so much to the point that it doesn't make fans want to tune in, right? Think about it. If the people who care the most about wrestling are the ones shit-talking the product the most, why would anybody in their right mind who isn't a wrestling fan want to watch wrestling? So start talking positively about the product. Try to talk about the positives, whatever they may be, focus in on them, and don't worry about the negatives. Don't worry about every segment having to be a gold mine. Don't worry about every little thing that happens on TV having to be the thing that quote-unquote draws viewers. Sometimes you just need mindless entertainment, and I think we're going to have mindless entertainment with this basketball segment. It might not be great, but I think the concept of it allows there to be just something that could be funny, you know? And that's all I'm looking for, just mindless entertainment here when watching wrestling. It doesn't have to be too deep. It doesn't have to be the best damn TV show, but it's just got to be entertaining for me. So we'll see here. Let's continue on with some more donos. Black Howling 425, how you doing, my friend? He says... Actually, before we do that, my bad. Right here, we've got ourselves a new boss. His name is Seth Amphetamine. So, Seth, buddy, you have become a one-time boss battle champion. Aw, yeah. Thank you guys for all tuning in here today. Hopefully, you're doing well. And I think that is that one. Yes, sir. All right, Black Howling. Becky is preggers. OMG. I know, right? That's the thing of the night here tonight. Becky Lynch announces she is pregnant. She is leaving WWE for some... Well, not sometime. She's leaving for a good amount of time. Obviously, she's going to have a kid afterwards. She's going to have to look after the kid. Who knows how long it might be before we see truly Becky Lynch back inside a wrestling ring. It might be a fair amount of time. And I understand why she would be sad giving up that championship, because she built up her career being the man, you know, being the face of this division, being in the middle of a hot run. And, you know, whether it be on purpose or be a happy coincidence, you know what I mean? I think she's going to be excited about this next step of her journey, but she's also going to be sad to be leaving behind this step of the journey. So it's some mixed emotions here tonight for Becky Lynch, for sure. But super happy for both her and I hope it's Sethy Poo.
Congratulations to Becky Lynch on her amazing announcement. And also, an equally huge congratulations to the new Raw Women's Champion, Asuka. Asuka, congratulations! Thank you. You are officially the Raw Women's Champion. I know this is all happening very quickly, so how are you processing all of this exciting information?
Oh! Kyrie! Kyrie! Huh.
Women's champion!
All right.
Well, once again, we have to congratulate Becky Lynch. Tremendous news on the expectancy of her new child. But the women's roster have to know that they are on notice now. There is a new champion in Asuka, and quite a formidable champion at that.
For the rivalry between Asuka and Becky.
Yes, there you go, everybody.
For the time being, that way, simply remarkable.
All right.
Another rivalry.
Some people saying Kyrie versus Asuka for the first feud, please.
First time since WrestleMania.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Will stand in the same ring at
I think the first feud should be Shayna Baszler versus Asuka.
standing match.
I don't know. I don't know if it would be better off. I don't know if it would be better off if WWE has Shayna Baszler be the girl who beats Asuka to win the championship, as opposed to of winning Money in the Bank to become the champion. You know what I mean? Maybe it just makes her reign a little bit more legitimate. whenever it does come around. It could be a way to get the rub onto Shayna Baszler. Because what I personally envisioned happening, ladies and gentlemen, was after... Who's that? That's Blake Canela. Thank you, my friend, for subscribing. What I envisioned happening was after Money in the Bank, Shayna Baszler and Asuka would feud for a little bit over the Money in the Bank briefcase. Whether that was a way to get more heat onto Shayna Baszler or to build up Asuka as a really credible threat for the Money in the Bank cash-in eventually. That's what I thought was going to go down. Clearly, that is not the case now that Asuka is the new women's champion. But that could very well mean the first feud here logically should be Shayna Baszler versus Asuka. So we'll see what ends up happening. David Wax, sorry my friend if you think people are rude here. I actually think this community is incredibly kind as long as people are nice to each other, right? So Flamethrower Fluff Salisbury, how you doing, my friend? This is what you had to say. Holy shit, Viral!
Woohoo! The world a better place.
Boom!
Becky's child.
All right, so thank you, Viral. Holy moly, dropping a 50 bomb up in there. Viral, dude, you're incredibly kind. We'll get to that in just a second, my friend. But I didn't really get to hear what Flamethrower said. He said, my son says Seth has become a savior to make the world a better place for his and Becky's child. It's not the worst. Not the worst storyline. Not the worst storyline there, Flamethrower. I like that. But here we go. Let's continue on here right after the $5 dono from Flamethrower. There was a 20 bomb from Jason Barker. Thank you, my friend. He says, who wants the smoke? How are y'all doing today? I'm doing pretty good. You know what, my friend? I'm doing absolutely glorious. Ha! And I will defend. Woo!
Who wants the smoke? How are y'all doing today?
All right, my friend, thank you so much. So Jason Barker, with that, my friend, you have become the new boss, and you have become a one-time boss battle champion. But I'm excited to see what's going to happen between Edge and Randy Orton here in the next little bit. So we'll get this dono rolling right here. Oh, even just the thought of that, Glenn Cross, is insane, dude. Thank you for even just wanting to do that. That's... even the thought that crossed your mind, dude, thank you for that. That's insane that you're thinking of even trying to do that one day. But here we go, everybody. It's time for Viral, right here, Viral Omega. I think that's that little symbol. Conman's probably stupid. Who knows? And he says, interesting question, Conman. With Shayna Baszler on Monday Night Raw, is it possible for Marina Shafir and Jessamine Duke to make their main roster debut anytime soon? If so, future women tag team champs because they're incredibly unique talents in NXT. Interesting. Viral. So, well, I think Marina Shafir and Jessamine Duke are good. I think they're still a bit away from being main roster ready to be able to put on matches that are main roster caliber in 2020. Oh, we're having a little bit of an argument there between Zelina Vega, Andrade, Angel Garza, and Austin Theory? Why are they fighting there? So I guess maybe the stable is not seeing eye to eye right at the moment. Interesting. But yeah, Viral, getting back to that one right there. I think Marina Shafir is far more along than Jessamine Duke. I don't know if Jessamine Duke is ever going to be a solid enough talent to hang with the ladies of 2020 on the main roster. Now, granted, she is an incredible athlete who's got an MMA background, so she brings a legitimate style to the ring. But she has to be able to tell the story in the ring, and she's not at that point yet in her career to be able to tell that story. So I expect Marina Shafir. I expect to see her, but it also feels weird to be bringing up Marina Shafir without bringing up Jessamine Duke. They could hide Jessamine Duke off to the side and kind of shelter her. Sometimes the best way to get somebody over is to just expose them to the main roster as is, right? So maybe maybe that would be the best case scenario to bring them both up just to get them exposed to the main roster. Their mic work is not there to either, or it's not there enough to push them forward and get them over on the main roster either. So they would have to be put in a stable, and I don't know whether that's with Shayna Baszler or not. But thank you, my friend, for that 50 bomb. Each and every one of you, I want you to get up on your feet for Varel, and let's get a big old yes chant. So everybody, chant it loud, chant it proud for Varel. Thank you, my friend, for that amazing dono. Yes, 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 yes. Boom, 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 boom. I see it, Bradley. We're getting to it, my friend. Varel just donated before you, so we're running his. Boom, 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 boom. There we go.
Interesting question, Conman. With Shayna Baszler on Monday Night Raw, is it possible for Marina Shafir and Jessamine Duke to make their main roster debut anytime soon? If so, future women tag champs because they're incredibly unique talent in NXT.
They're great.
Grin.
They're great talent in terms of being unique. I will say that. They're definitely unique. There's something different to them than what we've seen here on the main roster before, but they're just not quite there yet, in my honest opinion. Thank you once again, dude. That was an insane 50 bomb right there. So then following it up here was Bradley. I just called you something completely different that wasn't even on the screen. I don't even know what I was going to try to call you. Anyways, let's try this again. Bradley Robinette says, where is Jerry Lawler? Is he done with WWE? I don't know what's up with Jerry Lawler. Part of me believes it's due to his, this is just me speculating, okay, so I don't have any confirmation on this. I believe it's probably because he is not in the greatest of health, you know. He's had a heart attack on camera. He died on camera and was resuscitated, basically. So I don't know whether that has caused his immune system to become compromised in any way, shape, or form, to the point that it's not in his best interest to be around people right at the moment during a pandemic. I'm thinking that's likely the scenario, the reason why he's been this way. And he's been missing. I also know that recently he dropped that line. Adam Cole, baby. Thanks for subscribing. He dropped the line of the ramen noodle moonsault, or whatever the frig it was called there. That could have very much rubbed people the wrong way. You know, it's 2020. Jerry Lawler, those references are not needed here in 2020. It was incredibly... not incredibly. It was insensitive. Not incredibly, but it was insensitive, right? And I understand that he comes from a different time and a different era. But the case is that if he's from a different time and a different era and he's not able to get up to date with the current era, then he needs to be removed from TV, which might very well have been the case. I don't know for sure, though. But let's talk about the match going on right here, because we've got ourselves Angel Garza versus Akira Tazawa. This should be a win for Angel Garza, right? Oh, what a kick there to Tazawa, and he's in a little bit of trouble now. We're going to ask you guys who you think is going to win this match in just a second. Kick out there by Tazawa. Garza, man, he is in control, though. And we're getting this poll adjusted. So, who will win is the question. Hashtag WWE RAW. Angel Garza or Akira Tozawa. Again, guys, Tozawa is an amazing enhancement talent. There are few people in the WWE who can sell as well as Tazawa, who have strong offense and is a solid talent, like can bump for anybody and make you look good. There's few talents in there that can do that consistently and continue to put on great matches after great matches and not get tired of seeing them. Tazawa is one of those few people that WWE has that you could put out there with anybody. He can do the job and he will make that person look good. He might not ever get over on his own right. Uh-oh, the wing clipper. Wing clipper time. Oh! The wing clipper staring right at Austin Theory. Damn. Angel Garza and Austin Theory not seeing eye to eye. And Andrade forcing to come in and try to separate the two of them. Raises his hand. Austin Theory not a fan of that one. Oh, here comes Drew? Okay. Okay, why is Drew here? What is he thinking? So, just like that, Drew is out here. Tazawa loses to Garza.
Y'all on the same page now? Yeah, y'all want to fight me? Let's just fight with me. Well,
okay. Oh!
Good grief. They're laughing about it.
Oh, they're laughing about Austin Theory. Oh, Claymore to Garza, and Garza just got launched.
Be a man, do something.
And the champions are squaring up.
Wow.
Could this be breaking down into an impromptu champion versus champion match?
What?
McIntyre, Andrade, I'll take it.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think we're about to get a match between Andrade and McIntyre. Again. Or not again. Hang on. Wait a second. When was the last time they faced each other? Because Drew McIntyre versus Andrade. I think that was recent, right? April 14th. Okay, cool. So that Monday Night Raw, whatever that one was. The April 14th or the April 13th edition of Monday Night Raw, whatever that Monday was. Cool. Dude, I'm loving Drew McIntyre as a champion. I've been telling you guys for a long time, and you know, Conman likes to toot his own horn when he does get some things right, but how freaking right have I been about Drew McIntyre for 2.5 years, or whatever it's been now that I've been talking about McIntyre. Literally talked about him when I first started streaming. I believe me and Bob couldn't stop raving about Drew Galloway on the independent scene and how he needs to come back to WWE. He is so damn good. I love this man. He is the babyface champion WWE needs at the moment. He is a badass. He can talk on the microphone. He's got a killer finishing move, and he's got good looks. What more could you want from a champion? What more could you want? Absolutely, he's earned this run there, Nathan Barker. Absolutely. Jason Barker dropping 5 after Bradley. Thank you, my friend. Saying, I thought the ramen noodle was funny. And you know what? Here's the thing. Okay? I understand it's a joke, right? And here's the thing also. Offensive jokes can be funny. They can be. Offensive jokes, though, shouldn't be airing on a WWE television product. That's just how it is, you know. If it's a stand-up comedian who wishes to crack a joke while they're on stage and everybody knows they're joking, absolutely. But when it's a nationally televised product that you're trying to tell a story in the ring and you're trying to get the people in the ring over, dropping slight racist jokes towards them probably isn't the best way to get them over. You know what I mean?
Universal champion Braun Strowman.
I thought the
Oh, come on, guys. I know people are sitting here. It's funny. It's funny. Literally, guys, I just told you the reason. If you found it funny, that's okay. Here's the thing, right? It's okay if you find something funny. If you personally find something funny, that is okay. But you also have to remember this. It is also okay if somebody else does not find it funny. Just as you have every right to find something hilarious, somebody else has every right to find it not funny. And if that to you is insensitive, you know, or too oversensitive, I should say, if that is just being oversensitive to you, well, then that is your opinion, and you are allowed that opinion. Just like everybody else is allowed the opinion that garbage probably shouldn't have been on TV, right? It's opinions. People are allowed to have them. They're like assholes. Everybody's got them, okay? You're allowed to have an opinion. Everybody else is allowed to have an opinion. And if your opinion is that this society has become sissies, that's your opinion. Personally, I think it's become a more accepting society, a more welcoming society than it's ever really been. But hey, you know, that's just my honest opinion. Considering if you go back all the years when... we're not getting into that. Literally. Today's society, well, it might be a little bit sensitive. I'd much rather live in today's society than I would 50 years ago when people were treating other human beings as absolute dog shit and pretending to own them and own their lives. No. God, no. God, no. I'm much happier being where we are, and if that is progressive, then damn, I'm happy to be progressive. Yeah, I will hug it out, because guess what, my friend? Hugging is good. Hugging is nice. Hugging is wonderful. Why wouldn't you want to hug? All you get to do is let out all those nice emotions that you got for that person in your embrace, right? It's nice. Just be nice to people. I don't understand the need to go through life being upset at everything. There's no need to. And if people on the other side, trust me, people are oversensitive as well. There's no doubt about that. But they have every right to be oversensitive, just like you have every right to not give two craps about anything in the world, if that's your case, right? Not saying you don't. I misspoke there. That was kind of wrong. But you get what I'm saying, hopefully. Everybody has their own right to choose what they would like to think about. I'm not a philosophist, though, and I probably just mispronounced that word big time right there. So that says everything you need to know. But Drew McIntyre and Andrade are in a match right here. Just scrolling up here through the chat. I'm enjoying WWE today. I hope you guys are liking it as well. What are you talking about? Pay attention to this guy. I don't even see his name in the chat. Guys, what are you talking about? Sorry, everybody. I'm just kind of focusing in on a little bit in the chat right now. What's going on? Hey? What's going on? Why are people saying the chat is toxic? What's going on in it?
And the United States champion Andrade in a world of trouble. And Byron, as we're talking about before the commercial break, it was Drew McIntyre. He was ready to face 3-on-1 Theory, Garza, and Andrade. Claymore Theory.
Okay. Sorry, just I have no idea what's going on.
This is the kind of champion Drew McIntyre. This is the kind of champion that Andrade is. And hide and go seek now.
Really? Who cares, guys? If people want to say Canada sucks and Canadians are soft, that is their opinion. Personally, I know a lot of strong Canadians, a lot of strong rednecks that would probably rip that fucker's head off if that's what he felt in real life. But, you know, that's just the cold hard truth of it. People can have their opinions, guys. No need to get offended based off of somebody else, right? No need to. I'm good here. I'm doing good. Canada's amazing. Andrade, those slides back inside the ring. Oh, a nice little drop kick to the side.
Right to the wrist and to the left arm as well. No rest, no reprieve, constant pressure. This is classic Andrade. This could bring him some bad memories for Drew McIntyre.
And Drew, right about there. There's a lot of stuff that I need to get moving on here. We still got a few donuts to roll through. I'm just trying to catch up, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so very much for watching.
But still, the submission had to be broken up by Andrade. Oh, now McIntyre catching up.
Why don't I have Drew McIntyre's photo? There he is. Finally. Holy moly. What do you think about MJF? I know this is a bit off topic, but I'm curious because I really like him. He's good. He's good on the microphone. Still waiting to see if he's going to have those breakthrough matches in the ring. I know he's solid in the ring, but we'll see. We'll see how he progresses with his career. And that rip your head off joke was literally just that, a joke. Just talking about some rednecks. There are some rough people in Canada. If you go to Northern Ontario, ooh, there are some rough ones up there. Redneck as Redneck gets up there. Okay, so either Drew McIntyre or Andrade. I feel AEW is now pressuring WWE to step up their game, Con, man. Maybe. You know what? Probably. Absolutely. You know what? I'd 100% say that. WWE is, of course, just keeping an eye and a tab on what AEW is doing and what their ratings are and everything like that. They'd be a little silly not to monitor it, right? So if they see something is working over there, that they're losing fans, of course they need to step their game up. Absolutely.
Drew McIntyre from the top turnbuckle and puts Andrade on his back. Andrade is reeling and the champ is standing.
What about Becky joining WWE backstage temporarily? She'll probably show up on there at some point. Andrade goes, or sorry, not Andrade. Drew McIntyre goes for the Future Shock DDT. Oh, there's the spine buster, also known as the Clash of the Titus, but a kick out there from Andrade. SRX Super Mecha says this stable is so lame. I don't think they're investing a ton of time into it because they plan on breaking it up here pretty soon. I think it's just a way to get them over in the short term and then move them on to the next chapter of their career, right? McIntyre looking for the Claymore, but Andrade rolls to the outside of the ring. Who's better in your opinion, Becky or Charlotte? Charlotte Flair. As much as Becky Lynch's rise to the top has been nice, Charlotte Flair is the better wrestler of the two, and Charlotte Flair is the better talent of the two, in my honest opinion. She is just one of a kind, you know, and that's the thing. Becky Lynch is as well, and her mic skills and the character of Becky Lynch is one of a kind. But let's just go ahead and say right now that Charlotte Flair is the better overall performer, in my honest opinion. She is. Yeah. I'm not really sure what's going on in the live chat here today, ladies and gentlemen, but if you've got some issues going on or whatever it may be, I ask that you probably take a deep breath and you maybe don't chat in the chat today if you've got some issues going on today. Not entirely sure why people are upset at each other in the live chat, but guys, we're here to have fun. We're here to talk wrestling, and it looks like Andrade just slapped the ever-loving taste out of the face of Drew McIntyre. Back elbow runs into that as well. We probably shouldn't be having all these polarizing discussions in here because that's not what we're here to talk about, folks. Uh-oh. I would love it if we could cool with the racist stuff towards China as well, ladies and gentlemen, or the xenophobic shit, okay? That'd be great. Let's stop that. Let's talk wrestling. Let's talk about Andrade. Let's talk about Drew McIntyre. Let's talk about Zelina Vega and how great she's looking at ringside holding on to that United States Championship. And let's talk about how impactful that move was there. The reverse Alabama slam. And I think McIntyre now. He's going to count it up. 2, 1. Claymore kick. Good night, Andrade. 2, it's over. So, okay. Love that they are building up McIntyre. And yes, on paper, the WWE champion should beat the United States champion every single time. That's on paper. That's how it should go. Seeing Andrade lose this much to the top champion probably isn't the right call. Not too sure which moderator just approved that message about burn China down. Moderators, please do not be approving messages like that and remove that type of garbage from this live chat. We don't need people spewing that garbage in here today, okay? This is not what this channel is for. This is a wrestling channel that everybody in the live chat is meant to have a fun time. Leave that garbage talk to Twitter or whatever other live chats you wish to bring it into. Here is McIntyre.
Well, I didn't come out here to have a match initially, but there's a reason I come to work dressed to go, because anything can happen on Monday Night Raw. Plus, I'm always down for a Claymore party, so that was honestly just fun.
There you go.
What I did come out here to talk about, actually, there's a couple of things. Number one, last night, the Money in the Bank pay-per-view, my match with Seth Rollins. That was a hell of a fight. I gotta keep it PG. He freaking brought it. But I'm still the champion. You line them up, I will knock them down.
Cool.
The second piece of news, maybe the most exciting part, I know it is for me personally, the brand to brand invitation.
Oh.
Ooh, that's exciting.
Yeah, forgot about that.
Extended an invitation to a certain SmackDown superstar, and they accepted.
Wild card rule is back.
Except they chose me as their opponent.
Huh?
So I'm going to cut to it. Actually, I'll give you some clues. There's a few things you can guarantee in life. Death, taxes, and the fact that every single person on planet Earth hates this guy. And I've spent a lot of time around him. I've been in teams with him. I've traveled the world with him. He is a terrible, terrible human being. But let's get to it. Next week, live on Raw, it's going to be Drew McIntyre, the master of the Claymore, the captain of Claymore Country, the sexy Scotsman, the Big Mac, I'm just messing with you. It's going to be Drew McIntyre versus King Corbin.
Oh, all right. Wild card's back.
I'm excited, mate. I'm proud of you. You finally stepped up. You finally manned up, and I'm going to make you a promise, buddy, right now. I am going to have a Claymore fit for a king ready for you. See you next week, buddy.
Wow. Hey.
God, what a match announced for next week.
That's a big match. Okay, I don't care who you are. That's a big match. It's a big match. It absolutely isn't there, Jameson Barker. No, it has absolutely, maybe that sparked it, buddy, but honestly, man, it has nothing to do with that. People are just looking for any way to speak about it, and that's, if that's their trigger, you know, it says volumes about that individual. Thank you, dude, for your $5 dono. So,
I think this is because of the ramen noodle stuff. I am sorry, Conman.
So, here's the thing, everybody. Okay, right now, people are going to be saying WWE is losing their mind. They can't write any good storylines. They need ratings so bad to the point that they are going to have invitationals from other shows appearing on their show. Okay? That is going to be the thing floating around here by WWE fans. I think, ladies and gentlemen, we got to take this thing with a grain of salt. Right now, we are in the middle of a pandemic. The amount of talent available to make shows the best they possibly can be isn't huge right now. Think about it. The rosters aren't that deep at the moment to reach into and create interesting storylines. That's why they had to call up a bunch of individuals like Angel Garza, like Austin Theory, and obviously there is Bianca Belair who was called up. You know, there's reasons why these superstars have been floated here onto the main roster, because they're trying to build new stars. But the thing is, with building new stars, that means that you need stars to build them off of. I think that's why WWE has created this invitational thing, and I think if it's going to be used very, very, very selectively and used as more of an open invitation to bring people over ahead of time and not just randomly have Daniel Bryan appear on both Raw and SmackDown every single week just because he's a good wrestler, right? If you're going to use it for a good storyline purpose to bring somebody over and create an interesting storyline or to hype up a match like, say, Drew McIntyre versus King Corbin, then I think I'm okay with that. As long as once this pandemic kind of ends, you make a decision. You either tell us straight up, yeah, we're ending the brand split and we're going back to just combined rosters that can show up on either Raw or SmackDown, or you return to the brand split and you make it very clear that this invitational thing was just a temporary thing, right? Wildcard rule is only bad when it is overused, just not every single week. Agree with that one there, Kevin Langoff. Hopefully you're doing well, buddy. Yeah, it can be used well, for sure. And you know, if WWE is starting to run out of true good storylines to tell, then, you know, maybe this is going to be a thing that helps them tell better stories. I don't know. I don't know for sure, right? Anything can literally happen in the WWE. And as long as they've got a direction, and this isn't just a spur-of-the-moment Vince McMahon idea where when he was out on Monday Night Raw didn't even know the rules of the wild card rule himself, right? I don't think it's one of those spur-of-the-moment things. I think it's WWE straight up saying, hey, we need some people from SmackDown on Raw. We need some people from Raw and SmackDown to show up occasionally here and there to create good matches during a pandemic. I think that's okay. But what do you guys think? Thumbs up for the idea of the return of this this crossover rule, or thumbs down? What do you guys think? Lars Sullivan is the hacker. Thank you very much, my friend, for subscribing. Welcome to the channel. Vemc asking me, Con, AEW is doing a casino ladder match as a battle royal at Double or Nothing. Yes, they are. They absolutely are. When is that again? That comes pretty soon here. Double or Nothing takes place on May 23rd. So a week this Saturday, we're going to be live with AEW Double or Nothing. Let me check that out there, Steve. Heal my nature, okay. Report, WWE bringing back simpler version of wildcard rule. Yeah, I think this is what we just were talking about there, man. WWE is expected to make a major announcement tonight implementing crossover. Yeah, dude, we've been talking about this for about the last 10 minutes. Thank you, man. But yeah, unless there was something added detail in there that I missed. Simpler version of last year's ill-fated wildcard rule. Yeah, specific details are unknown, but it's expected the crossover will be between talent will be minimal. Reports indicate that the ideas came from the networks following record low numbers from Raw and SmackDown. In May 2019, Vince McMahon introduced the wildcard rule, which allowed up to 4 wrestlers to appear on opposing brands. Unsanctioned appearance would have penalties, yeah, but this was often ignored. Yeah, cool. So yeah, wildcard rule coming back. Mr. YTGKA, how you doing, my friend? Thanks for that $10 dono. He says, pick up basketball match. Ooh, yeah, it's going to be a basketball match here tonight between the Street Profits and the Viking Raiders. Like, it could be good. I'm open-minded to it. It could be really quite funny. I think trying to watch Ivar dribble the ball would be funny. Thanks for the $10, though. Here is MVP and Lashley.
Stay focused, man. And that full Nelson, dude, that's one of the most impressive things I've seen in a really long time, man. But Lashley, let me ask you something, man. No disrespect to the kid. He's tough, he's talented, he's got guts. But what are you doing fighting Humberto Carrillo when you got fools from SmackDown fighting the WWE champion? When was the last time you got a chance to fight for the WWE championship? You remember? You don't even remember. I'll tell you, it was 2007. You know what else was happening in 2007? MVP was getting his start here. But even back then, I knew you had something special. And now here we are, 13 years later. I'm back. And where are you? In the same damn location, trapped inside that mental of yours. When is Lashley gonna let Lashley out? That's a rhetorical question. Don't answer that. I gotta go get ready for my match. Just think about it. Marinate on that.
Okay.
And here's another cage keeping Lashley locked in. Listen, I'm not trying to manage anybody, but if Lashley's looking for a way out, tell him come find me.
Who do you think you are? Who? How dare you?
Go back to TikTok. All right. Thanks, dude, for that $10 dono. Let's roll it. Behold the King of Kings. On your knees, dog. All hail and bow down to the king.
Pickup basketball match.
No, your eyes are not deceiving you. You're welcome, Raw audience. You know, I thought it was time to bring a moment of bliss on the road, especially after that big announcement tonight. How crazy is it? The man is having a baby.
Lexi, it's epic. I'm so excited. The man becomes the mum.
And Becky's timing on all this stuff seems to be perfect. I mean,
Aw.
she literally makes this big announcement on the heels of Mother's Day.
Yeah.
And happy belated Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Your mum, my mum, all the expected mums like Becky Lynch. Have a happy belated Mother's Day to the universe. To the mothers of the universe.
Yeah! It's iconic! Monday Night Raw is iconic!
Oh, yes. What are you
It's
talking about,
Peyton
Larry?
Royce! It's Billy Kay! They're back! They're back! The Ikonics! Iconic! Welcome back!
You've got to be joking.
Yeah, you gotta be joking me.
That Alexa and Nikki have forgotten about something iconic, along with all this baby fever.
No, not at all, ladies. Calm down. Don't get your panties in a twist. Welcome back to Monday Night Raw. Peyton Royce and Billy Kay.
Yay! They're back. Welcome back. Yay!
You have to admit that was pretty good.
Thank you.
Well, I liked it.
Well, I liked it too.
Ladies, can we just talk about the timing of all of this? How crazy is it that just a teeny tiny baby ended up stealing your big thunder?
Alexa, please. A Ginger Jr. is not about to upstage the Iconics' long-awaited return. What's so special about a baby? I mean, I've been a baby. You've been a baby. Yeah, and Nikki still acts like a baby.
Oh.
Okay, ladies. No, you're...
What happened to
still
Conman
big
Reacts?
news.
Absolutely nothing. The channel is still up.
Kinda.
Still over there. Got lots of stuff on it.
Do not disrespect
You should click on the link
us.
down in the description.
What you two need to focus on are those tag team titles and getting ready to defend them tonight.
Okay, ladies, look. This is not really how it works. You don't really waltz out here and demand a title opportunity. I mean, I would say I'm surprised, but I'm not.
Hey, Jacob Toon. How you doing, buddy?
Just because you got upstaged by something the size of a jelly bean doesn't mean you deserve a shot at these championships. And you know, these, just like the baby in Becky's stomach, these are our babies.
All right, that's fine then. Look, don't put the titles on the line then. But we are not leaving without a match.
Okay.
Billy and I do not need the championships to prove just how motivated we are to win. The future has already arrived here at Monday Night Raw. Because we are iconic!
Yeah! Iconic!
Indeed they are.
Because we are irrelevant. No, they're iconic.
It's about to kick off right now.
Are we going to see a tag team match between these two teams?
Tag team match between Bliss and Cross versus the Ikonics. All right. And I think we're going to get it. So here we go. Coming up next, ladies and gentlemen, a match, a non-title match, I believe, between Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss versus the Ikonics, Billy Kay and Peyton Royce. Welcome back. It's great to see them. I have missed the Ikonics. Billy Kay is just, she's just so entertaining. I don't know what it is. Her on the microphone is so entertaining, and then Peyton Royce, when she actually wrestles, is really entertaining in the ring, in my honest opinion as well. So I'm happy to see them back. You guys know that I was a fan of their work before. They kind of just got written off TV for a long time. I honestly don't know why they were off TV for as long as they were, but they were. So yeah, the Ikonics. Great to see them here once again. Mr. YT Jakey A, how you doing, my friend? I forgot to mention, by the way, you became the new boss, becoming a one-time boss battle champion. So thank you, my friend, for all the support. And then let's roll your next donation. He's asking me, who do I think the hacker is? He thinks it's Ali. I think it's going to be a stable. I think Ali and Gable are pretty much in the stable, for sure. If there is Xavier Woods and Ember Moon included in it, I would also think that is kind of neat. I don't know the direction of them truly and where they're going with it, but I think at least Gable and Ali will be a part of the hacker group, whatever this group may end up becoming. I think it's going to be a faction. I wouldn't even be surprised if it's a faction of like five or more people.
The hackers, I think, is Ali.
It just seems like a really different gimmick that we don't have a clue what it's going to be all about. Like, it's almost like they're the ones who run the WWE's like social media team and sees all these videos, all these exclusives, all these behind the scenes stuff, right? Really? Really? This is what makes you want to turn the product off there? I mean, Matthew Bonneau telling me to please read it, and you're probably wanting me to give him my take on that one. I mean, he's allowed to have that take if he wishes. That's his take. Personally, I don't think this is at all the time to be turning off the WWE television program, because what's wrong with any of them in the ring? What's wrong with any of these women in the ring? If you compare these 4 women in the ring right now to 4 women from, let's go back 15 years ago, these women would wrestle circles around most of them. Most of them. Not all of them, but most of them. This is solid. Fans like that who wish to turn their nose up at absolutely everything before it even begins are the reason fans are tuning out of WWE. It has absolutely nothing to do with WWE needing to try to improve their product. It has absolutely everything to do with the fans choosing not to shit on the product before the thing has even happened. If after the match, if after what is going on, if after the decision has been made, you know, and you choose not to like that and you thought it was a bad match, that's fine. That's fine, but going into it with your nose stuck up, being a wrestling snob, saying, this match is going to suck, this is the reason you should go to the bathroom break before it even happens? How is that your take on wrestling? How is that your take, that it's bad before it even begins? That's a lot of wrestling fans' takes. A lot of wrestling fans' takes happened last night at Money in the Bank. They didn't like Otis winning the Money in the Bank briefcase, so they shit on it. Hello? Have you not been watching the storyline of Mandy Rose, Otis, Dolph Ziggler, Sonya Deville? Probably one of the most captivating storylines of the year so far in WWE. Yes, that's not saying a lot, but it has been one of the more captivating storylines, long-term storylines told. You know what I mean? Like, give it some time. Give it breathing room. Let's see what happens before we judge. That's all I wish to say to wrestling fans, and I wish more people would have that attitude. Unfortunately, they don't. Unfortunately, it's very much outrage over patience these days. I know, right, Kevin Langoff? How can you not like Otis's push? He's so entertaining. Arguably the most entertaining guy on the main roster over the past 6 months. Off the ropes, Nikki Cross. Uh-oh, Billie Kay is just going to drop her down face first. And then there's a spinning heel kick. Knocks down Nikki Cross. Down to the cover. Count of 1. Count of 2. Kick out by Cross. Some people think Otis is not ready to get the belt. All right. Did he get the belt, though? Legit question. Did Otis win the WWE Championship last night? No. He won the Money in the Bank contract. For a long time, Money in the Bank has been viewed as a way to build up another superstar, just like the Royal Rumble. It is an opportunity to build somebody up. Warlocks, thanks for subscribing.
The Ikonics have to be in the conversation for title opportunity, Tom. Well, they absolutely have to. Oh, cover, Cross, looking for the cover to put away the Ikonics and a kick out.
So yeah, like, I totally forgot what it was I was just saying. I read something else right there. I'm reading through the comments again because I totally forgot what it was I said. Yeah, that's what it was. So he didn't win the belt, right? He won the Money in the Bank contract. So it's a way to build him up. If in 8 months' time he chooses to cash in, then he might be a ready-made star. If in 8 months' time he still isn't over, it's very, 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 very simple to just say, okay, Otis, we're going to either have you drop the briefcase to somebody else, or you are going to lose your cash-in, right? And we're going to turn somebody heel and make a storyline out of it. It's simple, right? Not every single Money in the Bank has to lead to a championship at this point, because at this point, it's not a rarity for somebody to cash in and fail.
That's an unteachable skill in a tag team.
That's one thing these two teams have in common. The Iconics winning.
But he's not ready yet, though. While he's a tag team performer. Again, there, Melissa Solers, no offense. I understand that's a take right there, but you're absolutely right. He's not ready for the World Championship at the moment. He didn't win the World Championship. He won the Money in the Bank contract. There's a big difference. Money in the Bank puts a spotlight on a performer without putting a championship on the performer. This is going to allow WWE to build up Otis over the time being and see exactly what they have with the man. You know, what if he breaks through? What if he continues to listen to all the advice that he gets? And what if all of a sudden Otis becomes one of the biggest stars in the business? He could do that if given the ball, right? If given the green light. It's possible fans will reject him, but it's also possible fans love him, and it could be a way to bring in casual fans to their product. Seeing a redneck big dude go, oh yeah, food, oh yeah, ducky, oh yeah, ducky, oh yeah. You know, it's funny. It's entertainment, and that's what WWE needs here. They need entertainment, and Otis has found a way to make his star shine pretty bright over the last 6 months. Oh, facebuster delivered there, and both Nikki Cross and Peyton Royce are down here in the center of the ring. Do I think he's ready? Well, that's a tough question, folks. Do I think Otis is ready to cash in the title tomorrow? No. Do I think he will be ready at some point to at least be given that opportunity to see if he is ready? Yes. You never know if somebody is ready until they are given the chance to run with it. He's given his chance now. Let's see how Otis does over the next few months while he's building himself up. This could be one feud away, you know, with Tucker. Maybe Tucker is jealous of Otis. This leads to a heel turn with Tucker. Then you got a feud between Tucker and Otis, and they continue on with the Mandy Rose storyline. Dolph Ziggler, who knows? Maybe they've got something else planned there. There's a lot of direction they can move in, right? Oh, shot to the throat. Tag has been made. Alexa Bliss, she's in a little bit of trouble. Things are about to get iconic. What is this? Oh! Double team the Iconic Buster. Count of 2. It's over. The Iconics pin the tag team champions. Okay. Yeah. Iconic? Yeah, that win was iconic right there. A little bit of an inverted magic killer. Yeah, a little bit of one right there. Face buster there. Are they tag team champions, or was it a non-title match? It was a non-title match, my friend. So the Iconics have beaten the tag team champions.
Ladies and gentlemen, joining me now, Rey Mysterio.
Hey, he's not dead. Rey's not dead.
Rey, we
did see him earlier, though, I'm pretty sure, didn't we?
That grueling Money in the Bank ladder match. How you feeling today?
Charlie, I feel great. But I'll tell you, going into last night's match, I kept on hyping myself up by telling myself, the risk is worth the reward. The risk is worth the reward. But I'll be the first to admit that I saw my life flash before my eyes when King Corbin threw me off that roof. But a miracle happened. 2 seconds after I was thrown off the roof, I landed on a second roof, just 6 feet down.
Oh, it was only 6 foot drop.
I realized that I had to get up, climb that ladder, and reach that briefcase. My partner tonight, Aleister Black, met the same fate and landed right next to me. We then realized it was too late. The match was over, so congratulations to Otis. You know, I really tried my best, but I just couldn't get the job done.
Well, you mentioned you were right there with Aleister Black, who tonight you'll be teaming up with to take on Seth Rollins and Murphy, and we know this is going to be a very intense...
Oh, Rollins! Oh.
May the best team win tonight. But on a serious note, Seth, congratulations.
Hey, there it is.
Being a father truly changes your life. I'm genuinely happy for you and Becky.
Oh. Seth does not shake his hand. Wow. Yo, guys, I don't know about you, but I'm hooked on this episode of Monday Night Raw. This has been a really freaking good episode. Yes, guys, I see a lot of people in here commenting on Seth Rollins' weight. Yes, he does look like he's got a bit of a dad bod going on. You know, he might have celebrated a little strongly there with the announcement. Maybe he had a few extra burgers from McDonald's. I don't know. He's just looking a little husky today. I'm sure he'll be back to being Sethy Poo in no time. What the frig was wrong with his teeth there? Alexis the King, thanks for subscribing. Thank you very much. He does look like he was partying pretty hard there, Botch Guy. How you doing, man? Welcome to the stream. Ron Botany says, Ray said, what a dick. I actually didn't hear that. That's cool if that's what he was saying. Mr. YTJKA, how you doing, my friend? He says, how long will this hacker thing last, do you think? I truly think it's going to turn into a stable. Whoever or whatever this, I don't even know what I'm saying. I think it's going to turn into a stable. You know, I don't know exactly how or when they're going to reveal it or who's going to be in it. If I'm just a guessing man, I'm guessing Ali, Gable are going to be two of the superstars a part of it. I think Ember Moon is going to be the female participant in this this little stable. And if I was the man to make this thing make sense, Xavier Woods at the helm of it would make a ton of sense from the standpoint that he's online all the time, that he's kind of got his whole other online personality going. It makes sense that, you know, he would be away for a long time, so maybe he's been exposing these truths. I don't know. They could go in the direction of it being Xavier Woods' stable as well. And then that would lead into, why did you leave the New Day? Why did you turn your backs on your brothers who were rocking the armbands for so long? These guys fought for you, and you've turned your back on them to align with these other people, to expose whatever truth it may be. Coup de Grace says it's Dana, dumbass, not Ember Moon. Again, man, I don't know why wrestling fans feel the need to insult others when they've got a different opinion on it. You don't know jack shit if it's actually either Ember Moon or Dana Brooke, just like I don't know jack shit. So please don't be aggressive towards somebody else because they have a guess on who they think might be in the stable. Come on, that's kind of rude. Paul Carpenter says, I said it last week, MVP will be managing Ricochet and Cedric. Watch. It sounds like he's maybe trying to put together a stable. He might be trying to put together a stable of Bobby Lashley, Cedric Alexander, Ricochet, and who knows who else, right? At least those three have been in his sights. But thanks, dude, for your $5 dono.
I said it last week, MVP will be managing Ricochet, Cedric. Watch.
People want to be Monday night quarterbacks. Life as a wrestling fan.
Cool, play my dance playlist.
Yeah. No, Con, I'm not calling you a dumbass. I would never I would never. I'm saying that Dana's nickname. Oh, okay. All right. You're calling Dana a dumbass, apparently. I mean, she did have a pretty rough last night there at Money in the Bank, didn't she? I mean, who in their right mind thinks that the Money in the Bank briefcase is hanging over top of a boardroom table with money in it? Right? Hey, Botch Guy, how you doing, buddy? He's got, what is that? Is that a little lemon? A little lemon with somebody else right there. I think, dude, thank you for the $3 dono. We're gonna roll that $3 C. I don't know. Dude, I appreciate it. Hopefully you're doing well, man. We were talking last night. I didn't get around to watching your video yet. Conman's been so freaking busy today. But I would like to watch it after the stream if I can get around to it, ideally.
Here we go. Money talk.
Baby lemon with a grown lemon. Ah, yeah. But here comes the money. A dollar. A dollar. Okay. So MVP is out here tagging with Brendan Vick and Shane Thorne. So Shane Thorne and Brendan Vick getting a lot of TV time against these guys. Hi all. Conman, how are you? This great chat's what's been happening. Missed it. Been back to work. Well, tonight has just been kind of a fun night here. Truth. Oh! Kicks the legs out from underneath of Shane Thorne, and he goes down into the splits, and Cedric Alexander is going to go after Shane Thorne, and he just drop kicks him right in his face. Huh? Why is R-Truth? What? I'm so confused what this whole thing here with R-Truth is right now. Why is he... Can anybody describe to me why he's wearing these teeth and acting all crazy? I know R-Truth is a silly guy, but... Oh, Brendan Vick! Vink, whatever your freaking name is. Just rolling over Cedric Alexander, and now just a stomp to the midsection. Con, imagine Punk manages the Hackers faction. Guys. Okay, I know it would be fun, alright? I know it would be fun to think about a return for CM Punk, but my god, that would be a waste. To bring CM Punk back with a hacker gimmick. No, give that gimmick to someone else. Somebody else that can build up the gimmick to turn it into something big. CM Punk does not need a gimmick. CM Punk returning on his own is more than enough to draw a bunch of fans back to the show. You don't want it to be a surprise. He's the hacker because you want to build it up. You want to build up the return of CM Punk. So got Lil Jimmy and Lil Ricky. Well, whatever R-Truth is doing, he's doing something, right? I think with R-Truth, you just accept it and move on. You might be right. And it absolutely is there. Oh, wow, that was not English. It absolutely is there, Botch Guy. Oh, into the cover goes. Shane Thorne count of 2. Kick out by Cedric Alexander. Oh, yeah, Botch Guy. Dude, got a little bit of a bone to pick with you, man. You said that the tag team titles were going to be defended, the Raw tag team titles defended between the Street Profits and the Viking Raiders. Where was it, man? Where was it? I knew I hadn't heard it, man. I heard it wasn't confirmed. I heard it was just speculation. Oh, it's all good, man. We all make a botch here and now and then, right? That's the Botch Guy's botch. All good, buddy. I'm just messing around with you. Oh, Vink, though, looking to grab Cedric Alexander, and Lil Ricky's about to be tagged on in, but Cedric being gripped here by Vink. That was a weird way to word that, and I think Alexander's going to kick Vink right on the top of his head, and Vink has now been tagged in. Sorry, MVP is now tagged in off of Vink, and now we got R-Truth versus MVP here tonight. Discus punch from R-Trizzle, also known as Lil Ricky. Back heel kick there delivered to MVP, and Vontavious Porter's in a little bit of trouble, but saved by Shane Thorne. In comes the actual Ricky, and Ricochet lays down Thorne with a nice hanging neck breaker. Cedric, oh, Vink catches him. Alexander being held, Ricochet, moonsault, connects on all of them. Okay. Lil Ricky's in the house, and he just got punched in the face. MVP now. Oh, R-Truth handing the teeth over to the referee. Oh, lie detector. That was a bit of a botch. MVP didn't sell that very well. Count of 2, it's over. And R-Truth beats MVP. And R-Truth continues to be entertaining every time he's on the screen. That was a weird match, but it was still somewhat entertaining somehow. Truth raising his hand high as he won the match. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Lashley is here. Lashley is here. Lashley with the spear to R-Truth. Uh-oh, man, he just speared him right out of his boots. He speared him so hard, both Lil Jimmy and Lil Ricky felt it. Oh, MVP now going after R-Truth, working with Bobby Lashley. Oh, there you go. You guys are saying it's a beatdown clan reunion. Is that what they were called in Impact? Is that what they were called in Impact? And they leave here tonight together. Nathan Barker asked me, who do I think is the best seller in the WWE? Dolph Ziggler? Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler. There are a few other superstars who are incredible sellers. Wesley Blake is incredible as well at making his opponents look good. Akira Tazawa is amazing at selling. Lesnar, yeah, Lesnar. Dude, Lesnar is underrated as hell with his selling. Here's Jinder Mahal, though. Don't hinder the Jinder.
Welcome back to Monday Night Raw.
The Canadian.
Really honored
Mahal.
to be back on Monday Night Raw. It's been a long 10 months after my knee surgery, but I'm glad to be back. And another positive is my old pal, Drew McIntyre, is now WWE champion.
Yeah, it's going to be Drew versus Jinder at some point.
I was elated to see Drew prosper. But as a former WWE champion, I deserve to be loved. I deserve to be celebrated. I deserve to be respected by the entire WWE Universe, just like Drew is. So this time, I'm on a new path. I will redeem myself. Yeah, I've made a lot of mistakes in the past, but I've learned from those mistakes. And this time, my journey back to the top will be a hero's journey.
All right.
Excited to see what Jinder Mahal does. Speaking of journeys, we'll take a look at the highly anticipated...
Honestly, guys, I know a lot of wrestling fans are going to shit on it, but I would like to see a one-off Drew McIntyre versus Jinder minor feud, even if it was a Monday Night Raw feud, you know? If it was just a thing that was built up to build up Drew McIntyre. If you have Jinder... Oh, AJ is going to watch The Undertaker's Last Ride. Coming up next. Special look. Cool. But yeah, I think that if you had, say, a 2 to 3 week build for Drew McIntyre versus Jinder Mahal, you could have week number 1 be, don't build it to the pay-per-view. Build to something else at the pay-per-view if you want to do that. But have this be also another feud that has kind of been going on. Have Drew McIntyre and Jinder Mahal trade a few barbs, maybe have a little brawl backstage. Well, you're also positioning Drew McIntyre's next challenger at the same time. Add layers to the story so that you can have a match happen between Jinder Mahal and Drew McIntyre. You can have somebody, I don't know who that man is going to be, but whoever is facing Drew McIntyre at the next pay-per-view, you can have them come down in that matchup. You can have that person interfere in the matchup and lead the fans to believe Jinder Mahal is about to become the WWE champion because people don't want to see it, right? So if you have that mentality that you that you dangle the possibility of Jinder Mahal becoming the WWE champion and you make McIntyre kick out at like 2 3/4, the fans will buy into it and it would be a great, great Monday Night Raw match. So yeah, they could do something along the lines of Corbin versus McIntyre next week. You could have Jinder Mahal get involved there to move that feud along. Then you could have the following week either it be a tag team match, including Jinder Mahal on one side and McIntyre on the other, or you could have straight up the WWE Championship match then and there. Or if you wanted to, build it to another week after that. It does not need to be a pay-per-view build, but I definitely think a Monday Night Raw build would be pretty good for a Drew McIntyre versus Jinder Mahal match. All right, LOL Gaming, have a nice day, my friend. Thanks for tuning in. Let's get to some donos. Jacob Toon, how you doing, my friend? He says 2020 match of the year, Jinder versus Drew. There's the history. I don't know if they can put on a good enough match together, but Jinder Mahal isn't bad. You know, he's improved actually quite a bit since he came back to the WWE. His WWE Championship reign also wasn't terrible. It could have been better for sure, and I think relying on the Singh brothers and the feud with Randy Orton also lasted a little too long, unfortunately, right? I think that it was a decent run with the championship. It helped build up Jinder Mahal for sure. The only difference is I think it would have been more well received if they had built up Jinder beforehand instead of just springing the championship on him. It was completely unexpected for sure, but it ended up pissing a lot of wrestling fans off because, of course, we're going to piss wrestling fans off if you try something new. God forbid trying something new in wrestling, right? My God. But yeah, fans were pissed off, and they rejected it. But it actually wasn't that bad of a reign. Looking back on it, it was quite good. The Punjabi prison thing, you know, was different, bringing it back. Seeing Great Khali return was a interesting moment, you know. I'm glad that it obviously didn't lead to Khali being around for much longer, but it was just something different, right? And that's okay there, Kevin Langhoff, and a bunch of other people will agree with you that they didn't enjoy the Jinder run. I found it entertaining myself. It was not the worst thing going, in my honest opinion. Sean Forche says, if they wanted to capture the Indian population, how about building Jinder up as a good guy? Just a suggestion. I thought that as well, man. Jinder could have been a good guy. Honestly. I think he could have been. And I think he's still got the potential. Fans have turned their nose up on Jinder for a while, but the guy's got a good story. He was literally fired from the WWE, just like Drew McIntyre was. He built himself back up, became the WWE champion. That's a story of perseverance, man. That's a story I think fans could get behind if they wanted to build him up as a babyface someday.
The match last night was actually for the Raw Women's Championship.
Nathan Barker says, I wouldn't mind seeing McIntyre versus Orton for the WWE title. Hell yeah. Wouldn't mind seeing AJ Styles versus McIntyre for the WWE title. Absolutely. You start going down the list of superstars that he could face, and let's have this idea. Why not, with this new crossover rule, why not give Dolph Ziggler versus Drew McIntyre a chance for the WWE Championship? Why not? That is a match I want to see personally. Two of my favorites going at it. Dolph Ziggler, my second favorite wrestler of all time, right behind Chris Jericho. You know, I want to see that. And the story there with them being tag team champions of the past, you know, Dolph Ziggler helped build up Drew McIntyre in his run. I would love to personally see that. Becky being pregnant opens up the division and title opponents. Well, absolutely. It's a whole new championship reign, right? Asuka is the new champ. Whole new championship reign here on Monday Night Raw. Glenn Cross says, I still think Otis will cash in for a tag title shot. If that's the case, guys, would you like it or hate it? If he cashed in for a tag team title shot. Like it or hate it? Congratulations again to Becky, but here's Shayna Baszler.
Shayna, excuse me. I wanted to get your reaction to the news about Becky's pregnancy.
Reaction. How stupid do you have to be to get knocked up when you're the champion? Here's a fact. 10 out of 10 mothers will try to convince you that pregnancy didn't ruin their careers. You're trying to tell me Becky Lynch becomes the longest reigning Raw Women's Champion and throws that all away just to house some miserable parasite?
Oh.
Imagine the man, barefoot, fat, on the couch eating bonbons. Yeah, that kid's gonna suck. You know who the father is? I rest my case.
Ho!
It's a shame. The important announcement of Becky Lynch.
Screw everyone on the internet who says Shayna Baszler's dead in the water. All it takes is one promo, one presentation of her, and she is back to being a badass. Right there, she's got her heat back. Good on her. Man, Shayna Baszler is a great, great performer. I can't wait to see more of her. Screw everybody who was going all in saying that she was ruined for not winning Money in the Bank. F that, F that, F that.
WWE Network, but tonight, immediately following Raw, only on the WWE Network, is a special encore presentation of Part 1, Undertaker, The Last Ride.
All right. That was good, but Becky signed off on that. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Who do I think will be Drew McIntyre's next feud? It's a good question. I know that they're having Baron Corbin come out. I don't think Baron Corbin gets a full-on feud against McIntyre. I honestly thought AJ Styles. I thought AJ would make kind of a nice next feud, if you ask me. People forget that Shayna lost to Becky with a roll-up. Protected finish. Yeah, I know. It's the thing. I don't mean to shit on the wrestling community at all because, you know, I love the community. This community especially I really, really love. But as a wrestling community as a whole, we're very much short-sighted. What have you done for us recently? What have you done for us lately? You go back a month. If somebody won a month or 2 months ago, it does not matter today to most wrestling fans. If a wrestler loses, according to a lot of wrestling fans, that wrestler's buried. Now, the fact of the matter is, if anybody understands wrestling at all, they know that one loss does not equal a burial. Sometimes a loss actually adds more life to a story. It actually adds more sympathy for the character, right? Not everybody is perfect. Not everybody wins all the time. Think about this. If you take the best hockey team, 82 games in a season, the best hockey team, and you put them on that ice, they are still going to lose 20, 30 games over the course of a season. One of the best hockey teams in recent memory was the Washington Capitals. I can't remember exactly which year, but they only had 15 regular season losses. 15, and they were the best team in the league, yet they still lost 15 times. So, people, if somebody loses, it does not mean they're buried. It does not mean any of that. It just straight up simply means that they lost that night, that they were not the better person that night. It's a whole big story. But here we go. Here's AJ Styles. Oh. AJ's pissed.
Well, Tom, it seems AJ Styles took a bit of umbrage.
Yeah, I don't think AJ and Undertaker are done with each other yet. Noli de la Fonte, however that name is pronounced. He's saying that WWE posted a Roman Reigns match. Yeah, also last night at Money in the Bank, you could see Roman Reigns posted directly in the Money in the Bank ladder match on the side of the wall, right?
Last night at WWE headquarters in the Money in the Bank ladder match, Rey Mysterio and his tag team partner, Aleister Black,
Ray and the Ghost. Aleister Black. Did you guys see what Black posted on Twitter earlier today? I think I retweeted it. It was literally just him dressed up as a ghost. There it is. Look, right here. Oops. Look at that. That was literally Aleister Black's tweet earlier. He literally just released a tweet with him as a ghost. Oh my god, Sethy Poo! Sethy Poo put on a few chunky poos! Oh, dad bod in full gear here today. Seth Rollins representing all the dads out there on Mother's Day. Oh, God. Let me ask you over on Twitter, guys, who's going to win this match? It's Chubby Poo.
Juicy, delicious fried chicken, and a reason to bring us a little closer together. So bring home the bucket with contact.
Okay, so who will win is the question. Hashtag WWE RAW. Will it be Black and Mysterio? Or will it be Rollins and... It's Rollins and Murphy, correct, guys? That's the match that's coming up next. Rollins and Murphy versus Black and Mysterio. Still doesn't compare to the Triple H dad bod in 2006. Dude, that dad bod is legendary. Okay, we need to find the photo of Triple H's dad bod. Triple H dad bod 06. I hope it pops up. Oh, come on. Give me Triple H in 2006. We get some more dad bods in here in honor of Sethy Poo. Where's the dad bod? Someone to care about you. What about love? Aw, it wasn't playing the song anymore in the commercial. Damn. Alright. I want dad bod Triple H. Dad bod Triple H. Where are you at? There's dad bod Triple H. Oh, yeah. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Dad bod Triple H. Oh, yeah. There you go. Bow down to the dad bod king. Oh, my God. Plug my League of Legends comment. Oh, you play League of Legends. Cool. I never could get into that game. I tried it a couple times, but it just was not my cup of tea. Oh, what's your League of Legends there, Botch Guy? Is it the same as your name, the Botch Guy? Hey, we got a $2 dono from Paul Carpenter. Hey, buddy. How you doing? He's asking me, as MVP Samoa Joe, Kenny, King, Loki, and Bobby Lashley. Huh? Okay, Paul Carpenter, sure. Thanks, dude, for the $2 dono. Who's got the best dad bod in the history of the WWE? I'm curious, guys. You need to let me know who you think has the best dad bod in WWE history.
I'm Scott Stanford, and this has been your WWE News Slam.
This program is aggressive in nature.
Con, imagine Becca comes in and sees you looking at shirtless men. Dude, I watch wrestling for a living. She has come in and seen some of the most ridiculous stuff on WWE TV. Aw. Wow. That was cool. Showing Becky Lynch hugging Vince McMahon. That was really neat. But it's now the Monday Night Messiah. Great Khali with the great dad bod. All right. Randy Orton did have a dad bod there for a bit, didn't he? Loved this intro. Axelmania had a good dad bod. Yeah, he did. But here comes Daddy Poo. Seth Rollins. Yes, that's his new nickname. Daddy Poo. Daddy Poo. Yeah, Rollins looks rough, though, after losing. Maybe Rollins didn't want a little baby. Maybe Rollins is very upset. This is a Seth Rollins, though, that I can get invested in. Murphy looks confused.
You know, I just say it, but there's nothing sadder than a Messiah without a miracle. And he was counting on the one with money in the bank, and see the
Daddy Poo.
I mean, I thought that we would see a vivid Seth Rollins out here, a Seth Rollins who is ready to go off, and Rollins looks like he's on the brink of tears. Rollins came into Money in the Bank saying that
it's the Monday Night Dad. It's the Monday Night Dad. Everybody head on over to Twitter, favorite and retweet that tweet right there. And this match is officially underway. Rollins is kind of snapped.
Murphy's trying to communicate to Rollins, who's unresponsive. In the meantime, the bell is rung. This match has to happen. Even Aleister Black, who's a laser-focused competitor, is looking at Rollins with absolute...
Michelle McCool texted AJ Styles' wife over scathing WWE promo, want to punch him. Michelle McCool, either you're adding to the story or you're getting worked. Wow, Rollins not tagging into Murphy. I mean, I know he lost the match last night, but he is really pouting. You would think with the announcement of him becoming a dad would be something he would be excited over. Remember, Aleister Black and Buddy Murphy had a big old rivalry there a little bit ago before Buddy Murphy joined the Monday Night Messiah and followed his vision. Hey Con, Asuka is the first to have literally accomplished everything. Yes, we figured that one out earlier, Mark Kearns. That's awesome, man, isn't it? She's incredibly well gifted, I should say. No, that's not what I should say. She's incredibly well decorated is what I was trying to say in terms of championships and accomplishments. Absolutely. Seth really refusing to tag in. Murphy being worked here by Rey Mysterio sends him off the ropes. Oh, Murphy stops him. Murphy. Oh, but Rey Mysterio lands on his feet. Tag has been made. Aleister Black now officially the legal man. Enziguri there to the side of the head of Black. Oh, Black there, I should say, to the side of the head of Murphy. And then Black kicks the chest in, caving it in on Buddy Murphy. Kick out in the nick of time. Jordan Williams is asking, is Kevin Owens injured? I can't remember. Yes, he is. He injured his ankle at WrestleMania. I don't know whether it was at some other point in the matchup or whether it was when he jumped off the side and came crashing through the table, if he maybe hurt his ankle there somehow. I figure that's where he hurt his ankle, but you never know. It's wrestling, right? It could have simply been he just rolled his ankle in the ring and it snapped. Paul Carpenter, how you doing, my friend? He says they were the Beatdown Clan in TNA. Oh, they were the Beatdown Clan in TNA. That's what you were saying. Samoa Joe, Kenny King, Loki, Bobby Lashley, and MVP. Neat. Yeah, that was definitely during a time that I wasn't watching TNA. Oh, Black lands on his feet. Murphy back inside the ring, stares into his soul. Cool.
Remember the rivalry between Murphy and Aleister Black? That's what caused Murphy.
Murphy goes for a knee right there. Kip up from Black. Catches the kick of Buddy Murphy. Back elbow to the side of his head. This is essentially a 2-on-1 handicap match.
I think it's something different. I mean, both men absolutely took themselves to the limit last night of Money in the Bank, but you gotta wonder if Drew McIntyre took a little bit more from Seth Rollins.
LOL, he's reacting like he knows he's not the dad. Well, here's the thing, okay? Is WWE going to turn that into a storyline? Like, what do you think? Maybe Rollins isn't the dad. I would imagine he is, but maybe WWE turns it into a storyline. Really hope that's not the case, though. That seems a little iffy. Yo, Khan, this is why I love wrestling. Such good storytelling. Dude, it is. Not every story is a home run, but it's definitely entertaining to watch. I mean, most episodes of Raw, SmackDown, NXT, there's at least one thing I walk out of there saying, I enjoyed that. Whether I loved it or didn't, that's a different thing. But most shows, there's at least one thing that I can say, yeah, I got enjoyment out of that. I'm getting enjoyment out of this match right here, right now, trying to figure out what the hell is going on with Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins is acting like Dexter Lumis. Oh. Rollins didn't do anything to Black there. Black rolls back inside the ring. Oh, and a right hand catches Buddy Murphy. Drop kick and down goes Aleister. We go to the commercial break. Nathan Barker says, I think Seth's going to turn on Murphy after this match. Maybe. I don't know what they plan on doing with Seth Rollins here. With the handshake last night at Money in the Bank, it could have been the step forward with the next evolution of this character. The theme music is more of a... I mean, it could work as a babyface or a heel. It does feel a little bit like Bayley's theme song. I know people are going to say it's not at all like Bayley's theme song, but that vibe of just like a babyface turned heel who is having issues, kind of dwindling down towards the dark side, right? It has that feel, but it also feels like it could work when he switches back to being a babyface eventually. I like the new theme song. What do you guys think, though? Do you like it or hate it? Coup de Grace asking me, who do I think the best in-ring wrestler in WWE is? I think it's Dolph Ziggler. No, I don't think Dolph Ziggler's the best in-ring wrestler WWE has. He is very, 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 very good. Man, guys, in terms of in-ring ability, Rollins, Rollins, in terms of overall in-ring ability, the ability to work as a face or a heel in the ring, the ability to fly around as a babyface, the ability to redesign yourself. Man, I still think Rollins is the... frig, man, that's tough. That's tough. AJ Styles used to be. He's not anymore, guys. He's a little too up there in age to be the best overall performer in WWE. Cesaro might very well be in terms of in-ring ability. Cesaro is definitely a great choice there, guys. Yeah. Daniel Bryan's got to be up there. People aren't going to like this, okay? But in terms of being a clean worker who never injures anybody and you know that you can put him in there against anyone and get a good match, that's Baron Corbin. Now, in terms of being the best overall in-ring worker, I don't think he's even top 5, but you got to give him credit where credit is due, that he is a very clean worker and he is safe in that ring. Very rarely do you see Corbin's moves hurt anybody, yet they all look super impactful, and he still has one of the most protected finishers in all of WWE, right? He's actually incredibly underrated. Randy Orton's a solid superstar, no matter which way you look. Roman's got to be up there. You're right. Roman Reigns, he can tell a story in that ring. But I think overall, in terms of a in-ring performer, probably the best in-ring performer on the roster, it's probably Seth Rollins in terms of just pure in-ring performances. That's just my take, though. What do you guys think? Who would you say? But on her hand, thanks, dude, for the $5 dono before that. I appreciate it. And then Jason Barker followed up with another $5 dono. Thank you, my friend. But before that, we've got ourselves a new boss. His name is Hunter Hand. Unfortunately, Jordan Williams, I would love to see that. But the ship has unfortunately sailed on Samoa Joe's career in terms of being a reliable performer to build up. He gets too injured at this point in his career, and he's a little on the older side, and there's too much value in having Samoa Joe in the commentary booth. You know, like, as much fun as Samoa Joe is in the ring, I would like to see him come back for a little bit, but he's very injury prone at this point in his career for whatever reason. And, yeah.
Would you call Aleister Black a monster heel?
No, I would not call Aleister Black a monster heel there, Jason Barker. I would say he is a badass babyface. That's the way that I would put it. But, on our hand, thank you, my friend, for supporting the channel. And with that, dude, you have become a new boss and a one-time boss battle champion at that. Thank you, dude. Rolling through was Buddy Murphy into the cover, count of 2, kick out by Rey Mysterio. 100 of Mitty, how you doing, my friend? Saying I slept for 10 to 12 hours. Dude, you must be well rested or overtired. Not entirely sure which one. Into the count of 2, kick out again by Murphy. Con, you're going to think I'm crazy, but I was totally thinking that his theme sounded like Bailey's too. Pff, don't think you're crazy. I think you just got a good ear. Bone pressure. What was that all about?
You know, for whatever moral shortcomings you might put on Murphy, you gotta admit this: his durability is almost second to none.
Perhaps Seth is actually slowly becoming WWE's version of Broken Matt Hardy. You mean, the same Matt Hardy that WWE had? No, I don't think that's the case. Uh-oh. Oh, Seth! Hey! Seth gets involved saving his disciple. What? Why is that a disqualification? Hang on, why is that a DQ? Alright. I'm going into the actual rule book here that if I can remember correctly. A non-legal man cannot attack the legal man in a match. I believe that's the case. And if there is a non-legal man who attacks the legal man, I think the referee at their discretion can disqualify the match. So I think that's the case here, ladies and gentlemen. Whoa! Rollins saying stay the hell back? Why? What is Rollins going to do? Is he going to curb stomp Ray? No, Seth. No, Seth. They're gonna, oh my God, they're shoving the steel right into the face of Rey Mysterio, right into his eye. The corner of the steel steps right into the eye of Rey Mysterio. Oh my God, He literally is busted wide open, blood pouring out of the eye of Rey. Rollins has literally snapped. Blood gushing out of the eye. The right eye of Rey Mysterio. Rollins literally shoved Rey Mysterio's eye into the corner of the steel steps. First, Rey Mysterio almost died at Money in the Bank. Now he almost goes blind in his eye here tonight. He might very well be blind in his eye. That was aggressive as hell. Yo, what? Gotta take the mask off, they said. Oh no, Ray. Oh my God, Ray, are you okay? Like, this is nasty, actually. Con, I called it. He's getting a Randy Orton type gimmick. Where he goes insane? Sure. That dude is gonna be a father. What type of dad does that? Not the good kinds. Oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen, I know it's not real. We're watching WWE. Come on. I'm not stupid. I'm having fun with the live chat. Of course it's not real. Holy moly moly. You should have seen the amount of comments I got in my reaction clip to Aleister Black and Rey Mysterio being sent over the top of the roof. Saying, it's not real, you idiot. Of course it's not. It's WWE. Baby Hands, thank you for subscribing, my friend. Welcome to the channel. Yeah, guys, seriously, just scroll through the comments on that video. You'll laugh. The amount of idiots that were saying, Conman, you know it's not real, right? They didn't actually die, you know that? Oh my God, how could you be so stupid? How do you believe they're actually dead? It's like, come on. It's WWE. That'd be like me thinking when Han Solo died in Star Wars, the new episodes, that Harrison Ford actually died in real life. No. No. Not stupid. Not an idiot. Come on.
A little bit of this protects you from a lot of that.
WWE's writing Ray off TV. I could see that happening. I could see that. Spoilers gone. That's the first episode of the new ones, guys. If you have yet to see it, then you know what? Then that's on you. How many years ago was that released? Can I show footage? Sorry there, buddy. I can't show footage. I would love to. I would love to. Honestly, I think the best damn thing that I could possibly ever do is have the actual matches going on over there. I would love to be able to bring that because that would add so many more reactions here to this stream. It would give people the ability to see what I'm reacting to. It would be so awesome if I could do it. Unfortunately, though, we run into copyright rules and regulations that we have to follow, and there's just no way that I can distribute or redistribute content that I don't own. And obviously, I'm not Vince McMahon, so I don't own WWE, and I don't have written permission to show their content either. So, unfortunately, nothing we can do about that one. I try to provide the best second screen viewing experience for wrestling that you could possibly imagine. I love the live chat here. I love the ability for you guys to chat along and vote along in the polls and just talk wrestling. So thank you for tuning into the stream, everybody. It's great to have you. But if you have yet to do so, please make sure you smack a like on this video. Also making sure you are subscribed to the channel. And if you guys would like to do so, you can always drop a little donation. It doesn't matter how much or how little. Any little bit is appreciated to support the channel here. You guys have been awesome today already, so thank you very much. I just got a new sub. Awesome. Welcome to the channel, my friend. World Wrestling Entertainment. Hell yeah, it is. Virgil Stats asking me, what's my favorite entrance con? Yours is Taker. Okay, so this might be a little premature to say this for sure, but I saw The Fiend's entrance live, okay, when he debuted, when we didn't know what the entrance was going to be like. I was there at SummerSlam in Toronto this past August when The Fiend made his debut. There was just something so ominous, so creepy, and so amazing about that entrance that I will never forget it. And I think that's the reason The Fiend holds a pretty special place in my heart already. Just that connection to seeing him come on down to the ring, not knowing what the music was going to be, not knowing what the entrance was going to be like. It was just so incredible with the lights out, hearing everybody slowly realize that this was a remix of his old theme song. Oh, God, all of it just works so well for me. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say The Fiend's entrance is my favorite entrance in wrestling. Aleister Black's entrance is pretty cool as well, yeah. This Friday, Charlotte's going to be on SmackDown as well. So Seth Rollins is clearly snapped here. And Ray's eye might be in a really tough area right now. So, hey, something new. Something new. Oh, God, that looked like that hurt. Man, I don't know how they faked that. Legit, guys, does anybody have an idea how they faked that one? I have a feeling it was a blood packet. A skin-colored blood packet that was probably put right inside of the eye area of Rey Mysterio. Oh my God, though. It's nasty looking. Not looking good of Rey Mysterio. He's got his mask off and everything.
Ray. I don't know what happened out there.
What? What? Hey, come on. Why is Aleister Black only beating up Buddy Murphy? Rollins just walking off slowly in the background. He says he didn't know what happened out there. But Seth just slowly walked away? Reigniting the feud between Buddy Murphy and Black, though. They really don't like each other.
A nice see-through apology by Seth Rollins. Listen, I don't know what sort of internal strife Rollins is going through, but what Seth Rollins did to Rey Mysterio was disgustingly reprehensible.
No, let me explain to you what Seth Rollins did. Now, I've done some unsavory things in order to provide myself with opportunities, but that wasn't about providing opportunities. That was sadistic. That was wrong. And Seth Rollins, this pattern will continue until somebody definitively stops it.
Wow.
Bogus
Good
apology
promo.
by Seth Rollins just moments ago. We're going to attempt to turn our attention to something else here on Monday Night Raw. This was earlier today in regards to the Raw Tag Team Champion.
All right. We're going to get something ballin' here tonight. So a multiple personality disorder character potentially. Potentially. Not for sure. Let's check out Twitter right here. Oh no, earlier today, here comes the basketball scene. All right. Yeah, Street Profits laying it in. And there's Ivar. There's Eric.
I get it. You put the ball in the hoop.
He's going for an alley-oop.
Well, if we need a new basketball, we know where to find one.
Oh.
Eric and Ivar and over their heads. The Viking Raiders play the Street Profits in basketball. The game is next.
All right. The game is next, ladies and gentlemen. See? Come on. Why are people so quick to turn their nose up to just stuff that could be fun? Right? I know wrestling is holy to a lot of people, but it just needs to be entertaining. If it's entertaining, people will watch, and I mean, hey, it's stupid, right? It's stupid, but it's fun. You know what else is stupid? Those reality shows, right? Bachelor, Bachelorette, all those shows, Love Island, all that. It's very stupid, but yet people love it. Guilty pleasures. It's entertaining. People find it funny. It's not my personal bit, but you know what I mean? Why not have something just entertaining for the sake of being entertaining here on Monday Night Raw? That's all. Hey, Jason Lyle, how you doing, buddy? Welcome to the stream. But we aren't done with the basketball game yet. We're going to get back to that. Zelina and Charlie are arguing on Twitter. I see a lot of people mentioning that. We'll check it out. It's probably just an in-story argument. Remember, Angel Garza has been having some relations with Charlie Caruso. Charlie Caruso, though. Let's take a look over here.
The Canadian Families Got Talent Contest. We are looking for Canadians across the country to show us their amazing talents. Your video could be one of 3 selected to be judged by Simon himself.
Canada, I can't wait to see what you've got for us.
Have fun. Be creative.
Okay, so yeah, this is totally just kayfabe. So it started off with this, ladies and gentlemen. Charlie Caruso said, "I don't usually comment about my interviews, but Queen of Spades Baszler was completely out of line there." So that's where it started. And then Zelina Vega replied with a quote tweet saying, "And that's why nobody asks you." Wow. Charlie Caruso says, "I don't have enough energy to deal with you today." Rolling eyes. And that's where we're at. Let me go back to that one. Charlie Caruso.
This is our chair. So is this one.
Charlie Caruso. What else was said?
Right now, Canadians need to bank from home. With TD Digital Tools, you can manage your money safely and securely.
Boom. Charlie. Where are you at, Chuck? Caruso coach? No, that's Ryan Caruso. Who the hell are you? Alright, can't find her tweets, apparently. Let's go to Zelina Vega. There's Vega.
Nash is just amazing.
He is a Hall of Famer. The world of sport has never seen the likes of Akira.
That was the first time I heard Bob. I wasn't thinking that I could play.
Oh, that's not arguing, guys. That was 3 tweets. You guys led me to believe that it was a bigger deal, like they were having a back and forth on Twitter. It was 3 tweets. Whoops. All right, over here on Twitter. Doomsday is now coming to SmackDown. Lil Gaming. What is this?
Oh, Conman currently watching this.
Oh, okay. Sorry, man. I can't air that, unfortunately, my friend. You might just have to send what it was that you wanted to say in a form of a tweet. He says, someone sent me a like SmackDown hacker downloader, and he said something about the NXT men's roster, so do you know what this means? Because I know, watch the video and watch till the end. It will randomly go in. Okay.
I'm going to go out with a match befitting the Undertaker. That's what separates being good and great and being a legend.
Cool. All right, let's get this basketball game underway. The Pickle asking me, am I mad that the wild card rule returns? Nah, I think it could be fun, as long as it's done right.
Part 2 airs this Sunday, also only on the WWE Network. Are you ready for the game of the century? Oh, absolutely. The Street Profits.
Hey, Triple H, welcome to the main eventer. Great to have you. Great to have you. And SC Steve over on Twitter, dude, I don't know why you're trying to keep bringing it to light. I don't have a clue what it is he said, okay? And honestly, I don't give two craps about what Joe Cronin has said about me, if he said anything, okay? If he has, it's his opinion, and I haven't heard anything. So please stop trying to bring stuff up. Here's the Street Profits versus Viking Raiders.
Okay? Obviously, it's 2-on-2. We're going to keep it half court, okay? And we're going to have 4 5-minute quarters. And also, we're going to see if...
Hey, time for a little sweetnies. Yeah. Oh, yeah. What? Here we go. Let's sing it loud, sing it proud, everybody, because it's time for this song to grace your ears. Sing it loud. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Boom. Sweetnies are made of these. Who am I to disagree? Woo! There we go.
Supposed to be our ball, wasn't it?
2-0 for the Street Profits. Oh. 13-0. Oh, there they go, fam.
Tell them what we want. We
Want the smoke.
Actually, smoking's not good for you.
Ivar rolls the ball to Eric. Oh, and he just got blocked. Oh, come on, Ivar.
Always knew white man can't jump, but we weren't too sure about Vikings.
Oh.
Better luck next quarter. Let's go. Barbecue chicken alert.
Foul. Hey, from half court. Oh, he drains it. What? Woohoo! He drained that one. 55-0. Hayden Berry, thanks for subscribing, man. Hey, oh! The Viking Raiders got a bucket, baby. We won, they say.
We won.
74-2. Here's Shayna again.
Hey, Shayna. Do you know how bad it makes you look to disrespect the miracle that is motherhood?
JD is the Giant. Thanks for subscribing.
I cannot wait to teach you some manners tonight.
Oh.
What do you know about motherhood? It's not like you're ever gonna have a kid. You know just as well as I do. The Hart Dynasty dies with you.
Oh. Oh my God.
Absolutely appalling. Shayna Baszler faces Natalya next on Raw.
Oh. That, yikes. Yikes. That was a bit of realism right there. Again, ladies and gentlemen, to every one of the marks online who were saying Shayna Baszler is dead in the water after not winning the Money in the Bank contract. She's not. She's fine. Couple promos fixes it. Literally, WWE fans and wrestling fans in general only care about what have you done for me lately. It does not matter if she lost at Royal Rumble. Doesn't matter if she lost here. She doesn't matter if she lost at Money in the Bank. Doesn't matter when she lost WrestleMania. All it takes is one promo, one match, and she's back in the title hunt. It's fine. It's fine. Barry Holland asking me, has everyone forgotten about Adam Cole? No. What I think is kind of Adam Cole's downfall at the moment is that every match that he is in relies on outside interference from the Undisputed Era. Because WWE at this point in the title reign of Adam Cole, they don't know how to write his matches without having the Undisputed Era get involved. And I know that's just good heel work, right? And that's just good stable work, and it just adds to the stable long term, and it makes people care about it more. But it seems to be a crutch that NXT relies on, and I think that's why people are starting to get sour on Adam Cole and Undisputed Era at the top. Also, it's to do with the fact that he's held onto the title for so damn long, and a lot of people are just kind of tired of seeing him as champion. I personally still really, really like Adam Cole, but I think that there could be a different story for him moving forward, whether that's still with the Undisputed Era or not.
For all your essential service needs, we're offering innovative shopping tools at cheap.
Asuka is the champ. Yes, she is, my friend. She is. But if you guys have not done so, please make sure you smack that like button. Also making sure you are subscribed to the channel. Would love to see your name pop up over there. Key White asking me, Con, do you like other combat sports like MMA or boxing? I know you're the biggest fan of the heavyweight champion Tyson Fury, but apart from him, am I into it? Or are not the biggest fan of Tyson Fury? I mean, honestly, Tyson Fury and boxing just, it's not my sport. It's never interested me, to be quite honest with you. And that's not a shot at boxing. It's just not my type of sport. However, MMA, UFC especially, I really quite enjoy. Me and Becca, literally on Saturday night, we sat down in the living room and watched the entire UFC 249 show together. It was quite enjoyable. And I know a lot of people also are probably wondering, Conman, why didn't you stream it if you were watching it? Well, there's a difference between sitting down and watching a show and streaming a show and commentating over it and working. You know what I mean? Right? So we wanted to sit there from 8 p.m. till whatever time it was on, till like 1 a.m. and just watch some people beat the ever-loving shit out of each other. It was a ton of fun. It was a ton of fun. So yeah, I like UFC. Yeah, Justin and Tony was nuts, man. That fight lived up to the hype. No two ways about it. That was one of the best fights I've seen. It was great. Simply Nick asking me, is Raw already over? It is not, my friend. We still got ourselves a solid 25 minutes of action in front of us. Shayna Baszler versus Natalya to come, and I don't know what the main event is supposed to be. Marilyn Lewis says, Seth Rollins just ripped the eyes of Ray. Then he comes to the room. And he doesn't notice he did that? I know. Kind of crazy, isn't it? Hey, Matthew Grantland. Welcome to the stream, buddy. Legitimately worried for Tony's health after that fight. Yeah, he got rocked hard. Good on the referee for stepping in on that stoppage there. You know, he was wobbly legged. He was not defending himself, and Justin hits hard, right? Justin Gaethje hits pretty friggin' hard. So the right call, because Tony Ferguson wasn't going down. Here's Street Profits again.
Yeah, hey, but in all serious though. Hey, fam. Good game. Great game. Great effort. That's what I'm talking about, dog. It's all good. It's all good, baby. It's all good, baby. It's all good, baby. That's what I'm talking about. You tried. Yeah, y'all tried. Better luck next time? Yeah.
You know, we let you win.
What?
Stop playing.
What?
Ivar, show.
Oh my god, is Ivar gonna dunk it? Ivar's totally gonna dunk it. Oh, Ivar drains it. Oh, Ivar drains a basket, drains a basket, drains a basket. Ivar from half court, the hoop shot. Oh my god.
Anything you can do, we can do better.
Oh, I like this. Is Ivar gonna dunk it? Oh, Ivar. Ivar. No way, Ivar. Fly through the air, you graceful butterfly. There he goes. Ivar with the dunk. Oh my god.
So, hold on. The Viking Raiders can actually ball? I told you.
So the Viking Raiders can ball. That was fun. Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, to the people who legitimately hated that, can I ask what it was that has got you so upset over that one? The fact that it lasted for a few minutes, okay, but it showed the personality of all four individuals, and it was kind of entertaining. Doesn't have to be a home run, but I think that was a solid enough quick little segment to show off their personalities. Because it was annoying. Well, I don't. All right. People are allowed their opinion, but that was not bad. Okay, no, guys. No, okay. I know what people are gonna say here. We knew the white man can't jump, but we didn't know We didn't know about Vikings. Please tell me, guys, how's that racist? Like, legitimately. It's a joke. It's just a joke. It's no different than me saying, hey, I'm so friggin' white. Because that's just a joke. That's all it is. If you take offense to that, man, take a good hard look at yourself in the mirror. That's not something to be offended over. I understand people are allowed to be offended. We talked about this earlier in the live stream, but that one's not something that should be outraged. Just because here. You know what? Here's a great little life lesson for people here. Just because you say the word black or just because you say the word white does not make it racist. It doesn't. Just means that you are talking about the truth, whatever it is. If you direct it in a racist way, you present your take in an unsavory matter, if you will, or an unsavory manner, you know, people, that's racist. If you happen to say something in a negative spin based off of their race, that is absolutely racist. If it is meant to be negative, if it is meant to be an insult, if it's meant to knock them down a peg in your mind or whatever it is, right? Saying the white man can't jump is not racist. It's just a joke. All right, match underway right here. We got ourselves Shayna Baszler versus Natalya. Shayna. Storm Chaser says, so the Chinese joke is racist, but white man can't jump is just a joke. You are a racist, apparently. There is no excuse. Dude, you're telling, maybe not you. There was a lot of comments in here saying, burn China down. That's what a lot of people in the chat were saying. Fuck that. That's racist. Saying the white man can't jump is not racist. That's just a funny joke based off of literally what has been in our eyes for so damn long. It's a stereotype, but it's funny. It's a funny stereotype towards white people. I'm white. I can't dance. I can't jump. Is that racist? No.
Calm, cool, and collected back shirt in the corner. Has great ring awareness. Knows exactly where she's at.
Shayna Baszler in the corner and just gets out of that one. It is not Storm Chaser, dude. I'm sorry that you feel that way, but I can't talk about that anymore. We're gonna have to move on from that type of talk in the chat. Have a good day, buddy. Okay. Oh, but Shayna Baszler now going right after Natalya. Natalya. And man, she's getting worked right here by Shayna Baszler. Natalya hit with another suplex and down into the mat. Into the cover, count of one. No, you didn't say that right there, King of Fate and Kings. That's not the right take. Sorry, buddy. Natalya trying to go for the sharpshooter here. Oh, but Shayna Baszler turns her around, and she's got a move locked in. Hang on, she's going to try to snap the arm at Natalya. No. Oh, goes for the stomp. Roll up there, but nobody home. Oh, the knee to the face of Natalya. Into the cover. Count of 1, 2. It's over. I know, right, Jayless? I know. This stream chat today has been a little on the weird side. But Shayna, man, raising her hand in victory at the end of this matchup. That knee shot is pretty strong, and it's enough to knock out Natalya. Boom! Right on the jaw. Oh, what? Natalya's pissed. She just threw a tantrum in the ring. Yo, what?
Ladies and gentlemen, joining me now, SmackDown.
Oh.
King Corbin.
Oh, hail King Corbin.
Next week, you'll face WWE Champion Drew McIntyre right here on Monday Night Raw. But before we talk about that, can you address what happened last night at Money in the Bank?
What happened last night at Money in the Bank? Well, what happened was I proved that I'm willing to do whatever it takes to get that win. In that moment, I was seeing red, and, well, I thought that's what it was going to take to become King Money in the Bank.
Okay, well, I think everybody is curious as to know what was going through your mind when you tossed Rey Mysterio and Aleister Black off the roof of WWE headquarters.
Okay, let's clear this up then. What people didn't see was Rey Mysterio and Aleister Black, they landed on a secondary roof 6 feet below. They're both still here. They're both lucky.
Okay, guys.
Well,
we're gonna turn on members only if we keep going in this direction. Drop the chat in the live chat right now. Drop this shit, okay? Drop it.
Toe to toe with the champ.
Of course I do. That's why I'm here. And you know what? Drew knows the truth. He knows that Brock Lesnar didn't make him the champ that he is today. I did. He couldn't do it on his own, so I took him under my wing, and he rode my coattails on Monday Night Raw for over a year. He watched me earn this crown, and next week, I proved to the WWE Universe why they call me the King.
All right. Randy Orton and Edge continuing on here today. Hakeem Bristol saying, why are they doing this superstars going to both brands thing again? To help out with the ratings right now during the pandemic. I hope it's not going to be a thing that continues after the pandemic, but I think it's a way to help with the ratings right now. yeah, sorry guys. Like, to everybody who has been great in this, I'm not trying to focus on this too much, but to everybody who has been good here and has been respectful with their chats and not just plain ignorant, thank you, and I apologize that the chat has had a lot of ignorant stuff in it tonight. It's just how it's been tonight for whatever reason. We'll keep fighting through here, but again, folks, if if it continues, I'm going to have to protect some of the younger viewers that we have here in the live chat, not exposing them to this type of garbage chat that has been going on and filling their young minds with those ideologies that are very, very, very wrong. So yeah, if it continues, we will be throwing on members-only chat for the remainder of the stream, if it continues here. Jacob Toon, how you doing, buddy? He says, I just shaved my hair off. This stuff getting to me. Well, Jacob Toon, I mean, hey, there's been a lot of people who are cutting their own hair during this time, right? So you're not alone. Becca really wants to cut my hair, and I am telling her, no, you are not touching my head with those scissors. Nuh-uh. You spelled Becky with 2 C's on the results card. Did I? Oh, my bad.
Tim Hortons coming through as a good morale boost for our team.
Mom gave me a haircut on Mother's Day, I met. Oh, did it go well, man? Did it go well? My hair is down to my shoulders now. Cool. We need a tag team on the indies of Murder Clown and a friend Murder Hornet. Yeah, more Murder Hornet. Murder Hornet. Murder Hornet. But ladies and gentlemen, I think we can actually move into something here to talk about at the end of the live stream regarding some real news in the world regarding a professional wrestler. You guys know him by the name Alberto Del Rio. So, some news kind of broke yesterday in the wrestling world. If you guys remember Alberto Del Rio from his time in WWE, well, you know that the man has been linked and shrouded in controversy since, like, basically day one on the roster. He's been linked to previous public issues. You know, him and Paige, there was a documented one that Paige apparently threw water on him, but we'll read the tweet out at the end. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is what happened with Alberto Del Rio, and then we'll refer it back to the Paige incident back in 2017. Alberto Del Rio is facing serious charges, so this is real life, ladies and gentlemen, okay? So this is real. Alberto Del Rio is facing serious charges after allegedly sexually assaulting a woman and threatening to drop her child in the middle of the road. Former WWE World Champion Alberto Del Rio was arrested on May 9th when police responded to a report from May 4th. He became angry with a woman and assaulted her, causing multiple injuries. According to a report by News 4 in San Antonio, Texas, the victim said he slapped her across the head twice before taking her downstairs and forcing her to put on a dress and dance for him, and if she cried, Del Rio threatened to take her son and drop him in the middle of the road. Del Rio allegedly became angry when she wouldn't admit to being unfaithful. Police said Del Rio tied the woman's hands with boxing straps, put a sock in her mouth, and sexually assaulted her for several hours using various objects. According to investigators, he also punched her in the back during the assault, causing visible injuries. The victim told detectives that she does not remember much after he placed his hands around her throat. TMZ adds that the victim claims Del Rio broke her cell phone and laptop and tried to burn her passport. The attack allegedly began at 10 p.m. and ended around 2:30 a.m. According to an arrest affidavit, the unnamed woman told police that the former WWE champion allegedly sexually assaulted her and had injuries photographed. He has been charged, so Del Rio has been charged with sexual assault and a second-degree felony. He posted bond of $50,000 and was released at 3:30 a.m. Central Standard Time on Sunday. Alberto Del Rio, here's the thing though, ladies and gentlemen. Alberto Del Rio also faced domestic abuse charges after an incident with WWE superstar Paige on July 9th, 2017. Paige would comment on the incident days later. So this was from Paige, the girlfriend of Del Rio, back in 2017. Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, what you're about to hear from Paige, it certainly sounds like she, back in 2017, she was defending Del Rio, and that's what it sounds like people do when they are in an abusive relationship. So hearing this news come out here, this is, it's kind of scary. So if you guys want to read that tweet from Paige, you can find that on Twitter or on Fightful.com. But here we go, it's Edge. And Edge is here after winning his match at WrestleMania. Things come to life in a place, in the broken dreams, and you feel it all behind on this day. Real to me. Alright, anyways, ladies and gentlemen, the Rated R Superstar, Edge, is here.
Thank you, Charlie. You know, this is the first time I've stood in this ring in 6 weeks. The last time I was here was at WrestleMania. My first WrestleMania in 9 years after being medically disqualified. You know, a lot of people have said that's a miraculous comeback. But I've always lived in a world where there's no what ifs. As soon as there's a what if, you change it. I said the night after the Royal Rumble that I came back here to retire on my terms.
Yeah.
So what's next? Well, I know WrestleMania is not the end for Edge.
Okay, there you go.
So if you watched Raw last week, like I did, you saw the promo video saying that the Rated R Superstar was coming to hunt the Viper. But clearly they didn't talk to me about that.
Oh.
I'm not hunting the Viper.
There you go.
At WrestleMania, I got my pound of flesh. I got
See,
my
guys,
closure.
let the story be told before you judge it.
Randy Orton, he gave me the fight of my life, and I knew he would. But my family and I we're ready to move on. You know, I look in that locker room.
Oh, but we're not moving on. Randy Orton isn't done with him yet.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Viper, Randy Orton.
The same be said about the Viper. Think about how deeply personal things got between these two at one point apart of Rated RKO travel.
I mean, Beast Mode, we're going to remove you here from the stream chat, dude. Those are pretty rough comments right there. No matter on your thoughts on Del Rio, those are pretty racist comments right there. But anyways, you know, that seems to be the mentality of a decent amount of, well, I'm just going to make an assumption here, megas, if you will. All right, here is Randy Orton and Edge.
Edge, I came out here to just say one thing. Congratulations.
Okay.
At WrestleMania, the better man won.
Okay. Okay. Randy? Okay.
I cannot believe we heard Randy Orton say those words. I'm with you, Tom. I'm shocked.
Is that it?
All Randy Orton wanted to do was
Hang on. Uh-oh. Randy Orton, is he going to turn around? I'm not sure. Is Randy Orton going to turn around here, folks? Hang on. Oh, Orton turning back to the ring. Hang on.
I tried to be the bigger man. I tried to come out here, congratulate you, bite my tongue, and just walk off, but I can't do it. I tried to come out here, Edge, with the idea in mind that one day we'd be able to ride up and down the road together like we did back in the day and refer to each other as friends, but I can't lie to myself, and I can't lie to you. It is true. The better man won at WrestleMania. But the better wrestler didn't.
Oh.
At the Royal Rumble, you made your miraculous return. Little convenient, wasn't it not? You entered the Royal Rumble with the ability to hide behind 29 WWE superstars.
All right.
Then at WrestleMania, you fought me, and boy, what a fight it was. In a last man standing match, a match that you chose. A match where there's one rule only, and that's that you have to incapacitate your opponent for the count of 10. And you know what? Maybe I didn't get up by 10 when you took my head and squashed it between two steel chairs, but it didn't take me 9 years to get back on my feet.
Oh shit.
9 years, that's almost a decade, man. That's a long time. Now, WrestleMania, last man standing. Royal Rumble, see, in my opinion, and this is my opinion, those aren't traditional wrestling matches. So if you ask me, it's been since 2011 that you have laced up those boots and actually wrestled. And you know what?
All right.
I don't think you got it in you anymore. I've known you a long time. I know that look. There is doubt in your eyes.
All right.
But you got grit, don't you? You got passion. That's what brought you back to the dance. That's why you're in this ring with me right now. Grit and passion. But all your grit doesn't even come close to comparing to my natural ability. All your passion, that passion ain't gonna knock off the ring rust. No chance in hell that your grit and your passion is gonna help you now. Now, you once went on record as saying that I was one of the best to ever lace up a pair of wrestling boots. You also went on record as saying that I am a future Hall of Famer, and you even went out of your way to say that now that you are back on Monday Night Raw, that you are going to make Randy Orton a better performer. So I think the story writes itself, don't you? That is, if you got the guts. If you've got the guts, then a backlash.
Ooh, there we go.
It'll be Edge versus Orton. In a straight-up wrestling match.
1v1.
Edge, do you have a response? Well, gentlemen, if this does happen, it may just be the greatest wrestling match ever.
All right.
No answer.
Well then.
This program is aggressive in nature.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of Monday Night Raw. Honestly, very, very good episode of Raw. I thought, you know what? Becky Lynch's announcement, Rey Mysterio being gouged by Seth Rollins, Edge and Randy Orton, basically that awesome little segment at the end. The Street Profits-Viking Raiders basketball thing was incredibly entertaining, even if it's not your cup of tea. I thought it was entertaining as hell. You know, overall, guys, a very good show. I don't have many complaints from tonight. Thought it was pretty freaking good. Make sure, ladies and gentlemen, on your way out, make sure you leave a like on this video. Also making sure you are subscribed to the channel. And you guys can also head on over to our community tab right here on the channel and vote in the poll if you thought the show was great, good, just okay, bad, or if you didn't watch. Those are your 5 options, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you please pay attention to the polls, all right, and what you're actually voting for, because for a little bit last week I wanted to try something out and I put didn't watch at the top, and most of you clicked on didn't watch. So please, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you are aware of what you are clicking on in the poll. Don't just vote for the first option because it's the first option. Actually pick something, do a little bit of thinking, and see what you thought on the show. Let's try to get these polls to be a little bit more accurate representing the show. But, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be it for us here today. Thank you so very much for watching. I really hope you guys did enjoy. If you can, make sure you leave a like on this video. Like I mentioned before, make sure you're subscribed with those notifications turned on. Come on over to Conman167 on Twitter and subscribe to my second channel, Conman Reacts. Thank you all so much for watching. I will see you guys tomorrow. But until then, I've been Con. The Street Profits are not racist. I am white, and I am saying right there, I was not offended by it, so get off your high horse. I've been Con, and that was Monday Night Raw.